Step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune to my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh yes, here we are again, a bright start to your morning as we welcome you to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Kat. And listen, today is a very exciting day because it is the moment you have all been waiting for. Towards the end of last year, we were gearing you up for the Golden Baker Search competition, where you at home could work side by side an expert in the cooking or baking field to win your share of 50,000 Rand.
Wow.
How incredible.
It's absolutely amazing. 50,000 Rand. I could just wonder what that person would do with that kind of money. At the start of the year, you could be starting, let's say, your
own baking business.
Yeah, your baking channel on YouTube as well, yeah?
No, I was about to say my favorite part about baking is actually just tasting the batter and the raw cookie dough if you are going to be making cookies.
Do you actually bake, so?
I eat the raw batter and then there's not much left for bake.
That's a no, a hard no.
Well, listen, it's not about us. It is about those bakers, and we are very excited. But there's someone else we're also super excited about. Good morning, G-Man.
Oh, I'm too excited. Good morning, Zoe. Good morning, Kat. Here's to the most beautiful day ever. I know I say it every day, but today could be the best show of the year, even though it's only just begun. And what a way to kickstart the year. The Golden Baker Search is back. And today we are going to find out who is going to walk away with that 50,000 Rand, or at least they're going to take their first few steps in round one. The judges are expecting the most. We're expecting the most. We know what the standard can be. And of course, this is going to be a life-changing process for these poor bakers to go through. We're going to put them under huge pressure, and we want to know from you, who are your favorites? Who's your front runner? Who's going to take the crown? 634088863 is the WhatsApp line to use. Drop us a voice note, some words of encouragement. We'd love to hear from you. But right now, let's get into those talking points for the day with the news headlines with Zoe.
Thank you, Graham. Let's start off with national headlines. President Cyril Ramaphosa says a team of independent experts is conducting a diagnosis of the problems at poorly performing power stations and taking action to improve plant performance. He said the government was committed to reduce the severity of these blackouts on households and businesses. Meanwhile, Eskom has announced that Phase 3 load shedding will be applied daily between 5 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon until further notice, followed by Phase 4 load shedding from 4 in the afternoon to 5 in the morning. And staying with local news, 2 Mozambican citizens have each been effectively jailed for 18 years in the regional court in Skakuza in Mpumalanga in the Kruger National Park. For this article, the KNP. And this is in connection with rhino poaching. A spokesperson for the KNP, Ika Pahla, says rangers arrested 33-year-old Lucky and 32-year-old Sergio in September after they heard shots and came across a rhino carcass. They had firearms and fresh rhino horns in their possessions. The 2 were later found guilty on 6 charges. The management of the KNP welcomed the sentence. Moving to news beyond our own borders, airlines in Nigeria say flights are being disrupted after ground staff began an indefinite strike. And this is to demand higher pay yesterday. Air Peace, which has the largest fleet in Nigeria, and smaller carrier Donna Air, said the strike by the Nigerian aviation handling company, NARCO, has delaying flights. The strike has affected all operations of all airlines being handled by the company NARCO. And this is according to Air Peace, they said in a statement. British Airways and Qatar Airways, among the foreign airlines frequently flying to Nigeria, did not immediately respond to requests for comment. And Brazil and Argentina are preparing to launch a joint currency that could eventually become a euro-like project adopted by all South America, says the two countries' leaders. Now, Brazil's new president, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, and Argentine leader, Alberto Fernandez, said a common currency could help to boost South American trade. The move comes as countries increasingly look to de-dollarize or move away from using the greenback, the dominant currency used in commerce. And the announcement that no rhinos have been poached in the northern Indian region of Assam in 2022 has been heralded as a global conservation success. It's the first time that there have been 0 poaching incidents in that part of India in 45 years. Assam is home to the world's largest population of one-horned rhinos, with some 2,900 of them. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Sarma said the gentle giant is now much safer in Assam. He lauded the coordinated efforts of the state's forest and police departments for 2022 success. A special task force was formed in 2021 consisting of 22 senior police and forest department officials to coordinate the conservation efforts of both departments. They marked all entry and exit points used and increased patrolling on full moon nights when most poachers attacked rhinos. Last year, 58 arrests involved rhino poaching was made. What a wonderful example for the rest of the world. Congratulations on that. Well, hopefully the rest of the world will follow suit. For now, this is where I leave your morning headlines. Let's take a first look at your sport with Graham.
Thank you so much, Zoe. What a great way to start the day. Let's see if our sporting news is as positive. Let's start with cricket, and I suppose it depends where you live. Will Jack's blistering 62 was ultimately the difference as the Pretoria Capitals sealed a 52-run victory over my Cape Town yesterday. So batting first, the Capitals posted an impressive 182 for 8 in their 20 overs. Jacks was ably supported at the top end of the order by Kusal Mendes as the openers put on 88 for that first wicket, and was just the platform they needed. MI Cape Town collapsing with the bat as Devil Brevis made the only meaningful score there with 46. In terms of the ball in hand, Wayne Parnell and Anrik Nokia on fire. They were definitely the stars with the ball, both taking 3 wickets apiece. Then we turn to footballing news, and I suppose the writing's been on the wall, but now it has been sealed. Everton have sacked their manager Frank Lampard after less than a year in charge at Goodison Park. So defeat at fellow strugglers West Ham United on Saturday was Everton's 9th loss in 12 Premier League attempts. They are now second from the bottom of the table with just 15 points from their 20 matches. That's just above Southampton, but only on goal difference. Lampard, of course, replaced Rafael Benitez in January of 2022 with a team 16th on the table and helped Everton avoid relegation, but hasn't been able to make a meaningful contribution this year. The Toffees are now looking for their 6th permanent manager in just 5 years. Then on to rugby. James Murphy is back in. He's joined the Springbok 7 squad in Australia to replace the injured teammate Selvin Davids for this weekend's Sydney Sevens leg. Davids suffering a groin injury in the Hamilton Sevens last weekend, and as a result ruled out of the tournament. So Murphy obviously no stranger to the Blitzbox, having made his 12th tournament appearance in Cape Town in December, where he played the last of his 52 games in a Springbok Sevens jersey. And South Africa will meet Kenya on Friday, then Uruguay, a bit of a dark horse, and our old foes New Zealand on Saturday in Pool B of the tournament. Then on to tennis. He is marching on and, well, he's starting to look unstoppable. Novak Djokovic made light work of the home hopeful Alex de Minaur as he continued his pursuit of a record-extending 10th men's title at the Australian Open. Djokovic still had his left thigh strapped, but looked to be in a very little trouble as he won 6-2, 6-1 and 6-2. The 4th seed will now play Russian Andrei Rublev in the quarterfinals after he overcame Helga Rune in 5 sets. Then in the women's draw, Karolina Pliskova and Arina Sabalenka both advancing to the quarterfinals. 4th seed Caroline Garcia not so lucky. She was eliminated by Magda Lanette in straight sets. That's where we leave our sport for this hour. We'll touch on those headlines again at around 7 o'clock. Right now, though, we are hoping for a little bit of a break from the hot weather. Let's find out from Kat.
Thanks, G. Well, unfortunately, we'll have to wait a little bit longer for that break as the Northern Cape Health Department has called on the public to exercise caution amid hot weather conditions and monitor for heat stroke symptoms. Now, Rian Stradom, the province's acting head of department, said for the next fortnight, the average temperatures would not be less than 40 degrees Celsius. Now, heat stroke occurs when the body can no longer control its temperature. Its temperature rises rapidly and the perspiration mechanism fails and it's unable to cool down. Body temperature can then rise to about 41 degrees Celsius or higher within 10 to 15 minutes. Symptoms to look out for heat stroke include confusion, altered mental status, slurred speech, loss of consciousness, hot and dry skin or profuse perspiration, and seizures. Now, heat stroke can be fatal if treatment is delayed, and ways to prevent it is by wearing clothing that is protective, wearing a hat, and drinking enough fluids. Now, 8 farm workers rather, succumbed to heat stroke in Kakamas region last week, and our thoughts and condolences to their families. Now, for our first sunrise update this morning, we have Emile Jones, who shared this eerie view of the morning sky all the way out in Becloon, Johannesburg. Thanks so much for that. Also, look at this beautiful picture of the sun peeking through that kind of misty horizon, if you will, all the way. This is showcased by Joanne, who also sent us a tangerine horizon from the ocean, of course, this in KZN. Kavi Moxmitra shared the smoky view with the bright sky all the way from Umhlanga. And then Viz Pillay shared this lovely view of a fisherman catching the first touch of the sun out in Baisley Beach in KZN. Beautiful stuff. We've got also another one. Blue shared this stunning view all the way from Nyanga, and this is on his way to work this morning. Thank you so much, and please do keep those pictures coming. Send them to 063-408-8863. A quick look at the temperatures all around the country. Polokwane, a low of 15 will rise to a high of 31. Mbombela, temperatures will range between 18 and 31. Pretoria, 19 to 33, and Johannesburg, 17 to 31. Out in Mahikeng, a low of 20 will reach a high of 33. In Klerksdorp, a low of 19 to a high of 33. Kimberley, 19 to 34. And Bloemfontein, 15 to 32. In Richards Bay, no chance of rain there, but a low of 23 rising to a high of 36. Pietermaritzburg, temperatures there might range between 19 and 36. Durban, 22 to 32, and Mthatha, 16 to 35. In East London, a low of 18 will rise to a high of 28. Cradock, quite a high chance of thunderstorms there, and a low of 12 reaching to a high of 31. In Gqeberha, 17 is your low and your high of 24. George, 15 to 25. In the mother city, a low of 15 will reach a high of 21. Worcester, temperatures between 10 and 25. Sutherland, 16 to 23. And Uppington, well, for the first time in a very long time, not the hottest place in the country, a low of 17 and a half, 33. So that's what the weather looks like all around the country. But no matter what the conditions are, here's to hoping it's going to be yet another beautiful, beautiful morning with us on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And speaking about beautiful, Zoe looking ever lovely, and she needs your help to choose her outfit for the day.
Oh, thank you, Kat. Well, I do need your help because not only are they stylish, they are functional. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about re-jeans. And today is #Tuesday, and I need you to help me choose between 2 pairs of quality jeans. So, for option 1, we're going to go with these and these are the jean leggings that are stylish and comfy, made from sustainably sourced cotton. And I'll be pairing these jeggings with a white button-up shirt and white sneaker for a real edgy look. So that is option 1. Are we going to go for the blue jegging? Option 2, these are the black boyfriend jeans that add a cool, authentic edge to any casual wardrobe. I'll style it with the same white buttoned up shirt and a block heel to really, the heel loafers, just to give it more of a comfy look. So the choice is completely yours. Head on over to Expresso's social media pages, vote for your favorite look today, and don't forget to include that #styled by Woolies. Which will it be?
my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, a very good morning to you and welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Tuesday morning as we touch on a very interesting topic that I think has been making some headlines all around the country. Now, over 400 cases of measles have been recorded in South Africa since October of last year. Now, the National Institute of Communicable Diseases declared an outbreak in 5 provinces, which include Limpopo, Mpumalanga, Gauteng, the Free State and the Northwest. And here to give us more information about measles is HIV and infectious diseases expert Dr. Emil Reid and pathologist Dr. Howard Newman. And of course, if you have any questions for the doctors, please do send those via WhatsApp voice note to 063 408 8863. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us at the start of a brand new day.
Morning, Katlego.
Great to see you, great to see you. I was just touching on the fact that I thought that we were in an era where measles was no longer of concern. And then, Dr. Emil, you mentioned something very interesting, that after every pandemic that has occurred, we've seen an outbreak of measles. So what exactly is measles and why do we then see it after the outbreak of every pandemic?
Well, the big thing is measles is a viral illness, and we need to make a distinction between German measles, which is rubella, and then we have simple measles, which is called rubeola. And it's a virus, it belongs to a specific genus group, the morbillivirus, and the big issue, it's a highly contagious virus. So if we think that COVID was highly contagious, measles is probably 3 times more contagious than COVID. It's also being transferred and transmitted in exactly the same way, through coughing in a room, and where you initially had, for every 1 case of COVID that's in a room, you can have 6 or maybe 7 cases that you transmitted to. When it comes to measles, you can actually infect up to 17 people in a room.
Wow.
And the big thing, association between a pandemic and the explosion of measles, for instance, is because during a pandemic, people are avoiding clinics, they are avoiding hospitals, they're not going there, meaning their kids are not vaccinated, meaning they are not receiving their boosters. Hence the reason, post the pandemic, we see an explosion of vaccine-preventable diseases.
Yeah, so it's a cultural mindset or a societal mindset that's developed as a result of what we've seen in the news and what's been happening in the world with regards to vaccinations. And so we've spoken about the fact that it's 3 times as infectious, which is quite concerning. So, Dr. Howard, with what we know right now, is this something that we should be very concerned about as South Africans?
Well, with measles, it's always a concern. Like Dr. Reid said, it's the most contagious virus we know. And because our immunization rates have dropped substantially, especially after COVID, people, scared to go to the clinics, etc., there's always a risk of a major outbreak. And because it's so contagious, we are always concerned. The last major outbreak we had was in 2009. And I still remember those days vividly. It was as bad as COVID in the pediatric wards. Wow. It was really bad. So yes, we are worried. Measles is spread, like, as you mentioned, through the aerosol route. So somebody just talks or coughs, and if another susceptible person comes along in a poorly ventilated space, you breathe it in. So it's very easy to contract. You can also get it through somebody coughing on you, the droplet spread, or even contaminated surfaces. So similar to COVID.
As a parent, I'm concerned about, obviously children, they have a very little understanding about personal space and those kind of things. What are some of the symptoms I should be looking out for, especially in my child? Because I'm assuming that children are most at risk, most vulnerable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And usually kids below the age of 5 are most at risk. And the important thing to look out for, Katlego, is fever. And usually that fever carries on for a few days, and you're actually struggling to break that fever with normal paracetamol. So it usually lasts about 3 days. And then you get the triple C's. You get coughing, which is a big issue. You get a conjunctivitis, which is an inflammation of the conjunctiva, the eyes.
Okay.
And you get coryza, which means a blocked nose. And then you get to a phase that is called the prodrome phase. And then we get the phase that we call the exanthum phase. And that is where you actually have a rash starting in the hairline and the face and actually going down to the rest of the body. Fever plus rash in South Africa at this moment means measles.
Okay. So we definitely need to be on the lookout for that. I'm wondering what parents should do right now, Dr. Howard.
Well, the most important thing is vaccination.
Yeah.
If your child has missed their routine immunization, we're talking about babies here in particular, it's never too late to get the catch-up vaccination. That's the take-home message.
Excellent. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Always a pleasure to be chatting to you. Of course, we all want our children to be healthy, happy, and ready for the year ahead. If you have any questions, please do send them through to 063 408 8863.
Time to get busy again as the kids head back to school. We, of course, exchange trees and festive lights for pencil bags and subject sorters. Getting back into school mode, we know it can be a little daunting, a little bit challenging, especially when it comes to shopping for that first day back. Vice President of Marketing at Game, our good friend Catherine Madley, now joins us this morning to share some of her best picks for all of your back-to-school essentials. Catherine, good morning. Happy New Year. All the best for this brand new 2023 to you and the Game family. How are you?
We are so good, Graham. We've just come through a fantastic festive season with compliments, and we pivoted into back to school as early as the 26th of December, the day after Christmas. I must tell you that customers have been gearing for back to school right back from October in 2022. So we've had a whole alleyway of back to school consistently from there.
What makes Game the perfect store for all these essentials? How do you guys get it right?
That's so, Graham. I mean, we've been getting it right for years, and we've really pivoted it and extended the range and got that range right for back to school, I would say, in the last 3 years. So, I mean, it starts with stationery, then it's your backpacks, your trolley bags, your laptop bags, and then it goes into, you know, all your snacks and school lunch things, and then it's sport. You know, sport in the heartland in South Africa is big. It's the summer seasonal sport right now, Graham, and then we'll go into winter in a month or so's time, where we start with the rugby balls and all of those sports for the winter sports. So it really is under one roof solution for sport, for academic, and for your laptops and your phones and those kind of things. And what makes it really work is the chassis of our business, which is everyday low prices. So these items are not on special this weekend and not on special next weekend. There's a consistent array of pricing in our ranges. We're very proud that we have a seller on laptop for 2,999 for our customers. So we're very serious about making sure that basket is the cheapest. However, if by any very slim chance that you find something at another shop cheaper than us at Game, then we will match and beat that price by 10% on the difference. You can check prices on Google in store, and we will help you with that straight away. So, I mean, the chassis of our business is price beat. It's everyday low prices. So there's no need to go anywhere else. Bring your lists. We've got all the stock in store for you, and we'll beat anybody's price.
What advice do you have for parents who are doing the dreadful back-to-school shopping to make it a little less daunting, to enjoy the process, get excited about it?
Graham, it's not daunting at all. I mean, you sitting right now as a dad with your little one going to the very, very first day of school. It's one of the most exciting firsts ever in the history of your child's life. You know, it's so exciting. You want to enjoy looking at all the different pens and pencils and the colouring in facilities and all the wonderful, exciting stationery that's branded, and the Frozen range and the Spider-Man range and all those good things, and wow, the backpack range, and the child gets involved in the shop, and there's nothing more exciting than choosing a new backpack and a new stationery set or a new pair of shoes or whatever. So I encourage parents to enjoy the experience. Our shops are big. It's not crowded, it's not crammed, it's not stifling to go and spend some time in game and filling that list and the whole family enjoying the shop. Or if that's not for you, you can sit at home and order it all online and get it delivered. So yeah, there's so many ways, there's so many doors to the store, and ways to do back to, and yeah, we welcome customers in any which way that they like.
The only question I have left is, do you guys also help with homework? Can I leave my kid there in the afternoon? Maybe you do a little bit of homework, help them get through that first year. Now, this is mind-blowing to me. I will add a little warning there, though. You are guaranteed, especially if you're a dad, when buying the school supplies, to leave with a little something for yourself. Good or bad, it's going to happen. Catherine, thank you so much. All the best for this crazy time. It doesn't sound like you guys have had a break at all. So enjoy this wonderful, emotional launch to a brand new year. And as I said, all the best to you and your amazing game family. We love you guys.
Thank you so much, Expresso and Graham. We really appreciate it.
There you have it. There is now no need to be worried, anxious, stressed out about your first day back when you're stocked up on all the essential, beautiful back-to-school goodies that Game has to offer. You can head on over to your nearest Game store right now to see just what we're talking about. And of course, don't forget that Price Beat Challenge.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Tuesday morning as we continue our health chat with our doctors, HIV and infectious diseases expert Dr. Emil Reed and pathologist Dr. Howard Newman, and they're still with us this morning to continue the discussion around the measles outbreak that we heard about since October of last year. Now, the measles virus is one of the most infectious viruses known to humankind, and with all of the schools, of course, starting off with their official school year, having started all across the country, the NICD has warned people to be very vigilant. If you have any questions, please send them through via voice note to 063-408-8863. I believe we do have a voice note. Let's have a listen.
Good morning, Feel Good Expresso team. Mrs. Nirmala Devi Mudli of Amkumas, and good morning to your guests as well. Educate us on chickenpox and measles. Are they of the same family? Contagious? And of course, we do know now through the vaccinations given over the years, we don't see it as a pandemic or an outbreak like before. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you very, very much, Ms. Moodley. Gentlemen.
Yeah, that's a good question. Measles and chickenpox are completely different viruses. They're in different families. They can both be spread through the aerosol route, so they're both very infectious, but they're completely different. And they give you a completely different disease profile. And she is correct. With the routine immunizations in childhood, we don't see as much measles anymore as we used to. The vaccine has been around for decades already, so outbreaks are not that common. But it's still around and we still do get outbreaks, so vaccination is very important.
Yeah, continuing on that note of immunization and vaccination, why is it so important? I mean, obviously, I think it's been said widely enough and enough times for us to now realize how important it is, especially for children, to protect them against things like this. But if you were to just maybe, stamp that point a little bit further home.
Okay, so we've got an effective, safe vaccine available. It's given to children as part of the routine immunization program. In the public sector, it's given at 6 months and 12 months.
Yes.
And in the private sector, it's a bit later. It's a different type of vaccine. I think it's 12 months and 15 months. So we've got a safe, effective vaccine that's known to prevent severe disease in children. So it just does not make sense not to take your child for those routine immunizations.
Yeah, you can't overemphasize that. We'll touch on why measles in particular is so contagious, but let's quickly take another voice note and have a listen. Very good morning to you.
Good morning, Expresso show and the doctors on the show. So my question is, with centres being back, creches being back, what are the things that as principals and teachers we need to put in place to not have a situation like that? Please, can you guide us on that? Because as you know, children are coming back into the environment and they come from homes and they've been on holiday. So please, just can you guide us on that?
Thank you very much for that. One of our principals there asking a very relevant question.
Absolutely amazing question. And I think the first thing I would actually say is ask every child for their road to health chart. And that is the chart that documents the kids' vaccination status. So when you go to a school and you apply to actually get access to a school or to a creche, ask for the road to health vaccination chart. So if you can actually see that this child has not been vaccinated, you can actually ask the parents, please make sure that the child gets the second dose, or please make sure that the child still needs both shots of MMR. And that is important, Kanslejo, and we cannot overemphasize that point. So the road to health chart, very, very important.
Very important indeed. And so to parents, I guess the message, as has been highlighted in this particular segment of our health chat, is get your child vaccinated. Make sure that they're up to date with their vaccinations. There is a standard protocol applied all across the country that ensures that our children are kept safe, because as you will hear a little bit later on, we'll talk about some of the complications that can arise from an infection of measles and how those could be very detrimental to your health in later times. Of course, we'd love to hear from you. 063-408-8863. We'll have another chat with the doctors very shortly.
Well, it's time for us to spend some time in the kitchen, and food and health go hand in hand, which is why finding nutritious recipes to make your loved ones is so important. Now, we are jazzing up work lunches with our savory camembert stuffed pears and our creamy authenticos dressing. Now, Nondo Miso, she is here to show us how it is done, because we want our family members to feel loved and important.
Yes, loved and important, and also just try something new. Have you ever thought of having a savory pear?
No.
How exciting is this? I absolutely love this recipe. So if you could please chop down those nuts for me, just roughly chopped. Okay. And I, in the meantime, have baked these pears. So you want to just roast them in the oven for 20 minutes, face upside down. So we've already done that.
And do you add a little bit of olive oil, or you just cut the pears open and pop them into the oven?
You add a little bit of olive oil and then you roast them, okay? And then you top it off with the camembert, and this is going to now go into the oven for another 5 minutes. And while that's baking, I'm going to be preparing our dressing using our Authenticos yogurt.
Of course. Now, our Clover Authenticos, it is the only authentic Greek-style yogurt in South Africa, and it is available in various flavors. Now, for the dressing, we are going to be using the plain flavor because it's plainly amazing, and it also really pairs well with any veg or fruit, and you can really elevate that dish by simply adding just a dollop.
Yes. Okay, so then I am going to add to this some parsley, as well as some salt and pepper to taste, and some minced garlic, and the juice and zest of 1 lemon.
Of 1 lemon.
Yeah.
Don't worry, if you are trying to keep up with this recipe, we have it available for you. It's on our website, expressoshow.com. You can simply just search for the savory camembert stuffed pears with dressing, and that is the recipe with all of the ingredients and steps that Nondo Miso is showing us right now.
Yes. So do you want to fold those into the bowl there and add the red wine vinegar and honey?
This is definitely roughly chopped.
Yes, for sure, 100%.
We are looking for roughly chopped.
Yeah, I absolutely love recipes that, just show us creative and different ways of using fruit and veg. And the pear has always been something that's really surprised me, because I don't generally love pears, but a poached pear or a roasted pear, I absolutely love.
And so I'm going to add some of the red wine vinegar.
Yes.
Going to add some honey.
Yes. And then that rosemary, and then you fold that in, and we want to then put it on top of those delicious nuts there, and enjoy with some rocket.
Ooh, and then adding that rosemary.
Yeah.
I love that little bit of zest that comes through from the red wine vinegar.
Yes.
And the honey just cutting through it.
Look at that.
Was it on the rocket or on the pears?
On the pears.
Okay.
Goes on the pears. No, you're not wrong. And yeah, this is definitely a recipe that is, it's a personal favorite. I absolutely love it. Another thing you could do with pears is you could poach them in some wine if you want to make it all nice and fancy schmancy.
Oh, well, listen, there you have it. We have our Authenticos, and then we can add a little dollop that will be our dressing on the side.
Yes.
Just to really, really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Nondo Miso, this is a great recipe. I love that we are going meat-free, bringing in creative elements on using our fruits. And if you want to get your hands on our camembert and pear recipe, it is available on our website. It is at expressoshow.com.
Great.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day.
voice notes? Do we have voice notes? No voice notes. I can't hear Lena. There she is now. It's not that. It's not that. No, it's been on loud the whole time. It's. Yeah. Ask her to say something now. There. Yeah.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to a new day as we wrap up our discussion on measles with HIV and infectious diseases expert Dr. Emil Reed and pathologist Dr. Howard Newman. Of course, this is your last chance to send through those voice notes, those questions that you might have on 063-408-8863. So, Dr. Reed, can contracting measles lead to other infections? I mean, we spoke about the complications that can arise from measles.
Yes, yes, and yes. People think measles, it's all about fever and a skin rash, and then after that, everything is fine. It's actually not like that. You know, you are infectious, you can infect other kids 4 days before the rash starts and 4 days after the rash have started. And you only get diagnosed once the rash is there. So you've already infected other children before you develop the rash. But the big thing when it comes to complications, you can have complications years after you had measles. And we see that measles actually knocks your immune system for a 6, talking about the cricket. And what then happens is your all-cause mortality, as we call it, increases a year after you had measles, and meaning that you can develop a year after you had measles, you can develop pneumonia, ear infections, you can develop severe gastroenteritis or diarrhea, or you can develop something we call encephalitis, meaning severe inflammation of the brain tissue. And there's a diagnosis we call subacute sclerotic panencephalitis, SSPE, that can develop 10 years after you had measles, meaning that those kids have mood disturbances, they can develop epilepsy and all sorts of other problems. Yeah. So it's not just about measles, but also the long-term complications of it.
That's highlighting why this is so important to understand at this juncture. Before we head on to the next question, let's take a voice note. Let's have a listen. Good morning.
Morning, Expresso show and the doctors. Quick question. My son is 18 years old and he's never had any measles or mumps. Should I be concerned? Thank you.
Great question. Thank you very much for that, Dr. Howard.
Okay, so it will depend on a few factors, whether he's been vaccinated as a baby. So we know that vaccination provides very long-term protection. If you were vaccinated as a child and you're an adult now, that immunity doesn't last forever. However, there will always be some form of immunological memory, so you should be protected either against infection or severe disease. The other thing we're worried about is comorbidities. If he's got a compromised immune system or any other condition that predisposes to severe infection, then of course one would consider boosting those patients as well, whether they've been vaccinated or not, in an outbreak situation. So for the normal, healthy adult who's been vaccinated as a child, there's no need to stress at this point.
No need to worry. Let's go back to children, more specifically thinking about pregnancy and the transferring of the virus from mother to fetus. Is that something of concern, and how could that affect the baby?
Yeah, so unfortunately, pregnancy, like with quite a few other viral infections, is always a high risk for severe disease. So pregnant with measles, unfortunately, is no different. If you're pregnant and you contract measles, there's a very good chance that you can have very severe disease. In fact, up to 10% of pregnant mothers can actually pass away, die. So it can be very severe. The fetus is not spared either. You can get spontaneous miscarriages. You can have stillbirths. The child can be underweight for age.
Sure.
So it can be severe for the child as well.
Yeah. So with that said, how is it diagnosed then, and what are we to do?
Okay, in terms of the diagnosis, there's different tests that we offer. At Pathcare, we offer a serological test as well as a PCR test, which is a molecular test. The serological test is done on blood samples, and we essentially test for two types of antibodies. The one is called IgG, the one is called IgM. If the IgM is positive, it means the person has an acute measles virus infection. Sometimes, especially outside of an outbreak setting, you need to do a PCR as well to confirm that infection. So if you've got a positive IgM, a positive PCR, there's no doubt that the person has an acute measles virus infection.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of what we can do now, so I think for all parents, ensuring that your children are immunized, followed the protocol according to their, what do you call that? The
immunization schedule.
The immunization schedule.
Yeah.
And what else can we do?
Well, there's not a lot we can do. I think we need to stress vaccination as the most important thing. If you look at this vaccination, if you have a vaccination that has been available since 1963, that shows an efficacy of 97 to 98%, why not? You know, so it's not a new vaccine, it's an old, live, attenuated vaccine, hence the reason for us not to vaccinate little babies, the 1 to 4 months, because it's a live vaccine and can cause harm in the immature baby's immune system. But the big thing is vaccinate, vaccinate, vaccinate.
Yeah. And that's the big message. Dr. Reed, Dr. Howard, thank you very much for joining us. Wishing you a bright and sunny, hopefully, the Mother City Tuesday. And I hope that you were enlightened by that conversation. But please do continue to interact with us and let us know your thoughts. Of course, we are available all over social media as we continue your Tuesday morning.
All right, well, as we prepare to rush out and go and chat to all of our healthcare professionals, let's pay them a little homage right now. And we turn our attention to those healthcare professionals that play such a vital role in our lives, our pharmacists. Not only brave, as they've proven over the last few years, but they also inspire hope within the communities that they serve. And Pharmacy of the Week is just a short feature acknowledging these incredible pharmacists and their contribution. This is our way to say thank you to these brave healthcare workers, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, officially the sponsors of Brave. So let's take a look at this week's Pharmacy of the Week, which happens to be Ennerdale Pharmacy in Ennerdale in Gauteng.
Our pharmacies are on the front line of healthcare. This is Pharmacy of the Week.
Pharmacists, our primary role is to be custodians of medication. Thus, we ensure that we give safe and rational use of medications to our patients. But because of how dynamic our role as healthcare providers has become, we ensure that we give wellness and health advice to patients all over. So we have a saying in our pharmacy: the first time you come in, you're a patient. And the second time you come in, your family. So being one of the only pharmacies in an under-resourced community, we have to make sure that we have sufficient knowledge and that we are up to standard to give proper health care to our patients, and that not only benefits the patients and the community, but benefits our pharmacy and our business. It keeps our business afloat. Thus, as pharmacists, we need to be sufficiently equipped with the best of knowledge to help our patient access their right to self-care, especially in an era where rights are being violated.
With overcrowding at healthcare facilities and the current economic conditions, numerous community members are unable to access healthcare for basic community diseases and injuries. As pharmacists, we can help patients treat these ills by providing quality medication and advice within our scope of practice. This ensures that our patients are not left untreated. Bravery is being committed to our service and profession regardless of the dangers we face. Here at Ennerdale Pharmacy, we have the Navy SEALs of pharmacists and assistants. We'd like to thank Adcock Ingram for supporting us during all these times and knowing that we've got someone watching our back.
Pharmacy of the Week, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Inspiring communities, one pharmacy at a time.
Good times is what life is all about. But sometimes heartburn, indigestion, acid reflux and UTIs can really put a dampener on our days. This summer, make sure you have citrus soda as your good health companion, relieving you of all heartburn, indigestion, and UTI symptoms. Let's get back to feeling good. Citrus soda brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
In case you haven't heard it today, thank you to all of our local pharmacies doing amazing things for our communities. We appreciate you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Hopefully that's a reminder of where you are every time you see those neon lights. Hashtag Expresso Show as we continue your Tuesday morning.
And we are super excited because we have 5 of South Africa's best home bakers alongside some of the most acclaimed chefs and bakers in the country right here in studio to pull out all of the culinary stops in an attempt to walk away with a grand prize of 50,000 Rand.
Yeah, this in the latest installment of the Golden Baker Search Festive Edition. It's going to be a good one.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Why? Because we get to sing songs like that and we get to reconnect with Golden Cloud and Beacon. The Golden Cloud Baker's Search is back and we are going fully festive. This is without a doubt the most anticipated cooking show on this show. 5 new contestants are here to be paired with a celebrity chef to do battle to make it into the semi-finals and the grand finale where they could walk away with 50,000 Rand, certainly bringing the X factor and really needing zero introduction. Some of our absolute favorites are here for it. Celebrity chef, cookbook author, and one of our besties on the show, Jenny Morris. Yay. Yay, Jen. The powerhouse, Thando Manyoni. She is the sassy one, founder of Sassy Bakes, sassy herself. Creative and entrepreneur Gabriella San Giorgio. And the mean one, pastry chef Grace Stevens. We love you, Gracie. And now the most important piece of this amazing, beautiful, festive puzzle, our 5 contestants. We could not be prouder to announce our 5 finalists. Dalila Fulyun from Centurion in Gauteng stood beside her representing Pretoria, Zandaline Teigerson. Then representing the agricultural town of Polokwane, it's Lorraine Segwale. All the way from Jersey, it's Alison Marge. And rounding off the 5, Nadine Scholz from Gqeberha. Well done. So a little bit earlier, we obviously randomly selected your workstation by selecting a number, and in order to find out who you're going to be paired with, we turn to the mystery box stood in front of you. Inside this mystery box is an ingredient. Each one of these ingredients matches one of these celebrity chefs. So first up at Workstation 1, Dalila, it is your opportunity now to lift your beautiful Golden Baker Search mystery box. Oh, give that a smell. Tell me what that is.
Coffee.
Your celebrity chef is Tando. Woohoo! Yes, please. There's a lot of bubbles. There's a lot of bubbles going on over there. We absolutely love that for you. Lift that box. Oh, give it a smell.
Cacao.
You're going sassy, girl. Sassy, it is your turn. Congratulations, guys. Tell us, what is beneath? Oh, no taste test required. And they come with a pocket-sized Gabriella. Enjoy. Now we move to Alison at the back. Don't worry, we haven't forgotten about you, girl. Lift your box. Let's find out what ingredient lies beneath. Oh, with drama, with dramatic effect. It's nuts. There can only be one person to go with that ingredient. Go nuts for Jenny. And then Nadine, I think we know who you've scored, but lift that box anyway and tell us what's underneath. Molasses, which means Gracie Stevens is your celebrity chef. Well done, guys. Take a moment to really connect right now. Your bond, your chemistry is going to be vital for this competition. So I'm going to give you just a moment to start aligning yourselves. I'm going to chat to the judges about what you need to do. So we've got the marketing manager at Tiger Brands, Roxy Naika. Good to have you back, Rox. We've got the digital director at Tiger Brands, Sadiqa Fakir. Welcome back. And the judgiest of them all, he's one of our absolute favorites. He is a chef and food stylist, Sebastian Newman. Welcome back, all of you. Ms. Rox, what are you looking for?
This year, I'm looking at Tando, what it feels like to be on the other side.
Exactly.
I think this year, same as last year, I'm really looking for innovation. And actually this year, I'm looking for interesting shapes representing Christmas.
Okay, geometry important.
Yes.
Hope you guys are listening.
I'm also expecting flavors that are complementary.
Okay.
So there's a taste bud, it shouldn't jar us.
Chemistry in the
It shouldn't
mouth.
scare us.
Okay.
So chemistry in the mouth. And to Roxy's point, just wow us with the innovation.
We're sticking to what we stuck to last time. Technicalities.
Okay.
If you're going to do something, just what you came to do.
It is time for your first bake-off challenge. You have got your celebrity partner. Listen to them, but don't forget that this is about you. You have 1 hour. Any bake of your choice must include that mystery ingredient. Judges, are we ready? Contestants, are you ready to change your life?
Yes!
Yes, you are. Your bake officially starts in 3, 2, 1, start baking! All right, the board is set. You can hear the activity going on around us. It looks like the chemistry is there. We're going to check in with our contestants, our baking duos, in just a moment. Stick around.
Oh, So the question is, who's going to walk away with that grand prize of 50,000 Rand? Well, you'll just need to stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. I know, I love the suspense, but it is going to be very exciting. Let's quickly check in with what's happening in the latest head news lines.
The time now just about a minute over 7 o'clock. Let's take a quick look at the news headlines. On the national news front, International Relations and Cooperation Minister Naledi Pandor has defended South Africa's decision for agreeing to have a joint military exercise in the Indian Ocean in KZN with its two BRICS partners, Russia and China. Now, Pandor made her comments during a meeting with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who was visiting South Africa. She said, quote, "All over the world, countries conduct military exercises. There should be no compulsion for any country that it can't conduct them with any of its partners, and we need to explain this to the public." Meanwhile, President Cyril Ramaphosa says a team of independent experts is conducting a diagnosis of the problems at poorly performing power stations and taking action to improve plant performance. He said that the government was committed to reduce the severity of these blackouts on households and businesses. Meanwhile, Eskom has announced that Phase 3 load shedding will be applied daily between 5 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon until further notice, followed then by Phase 4 load shedding from 4 in the afternoon to 5 in the morning. Taking a look at international news headlines this morning, Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida says his country is on the brink of not being able to function as a society because of its falling birth rate. Kishida said it was a matter of now or never. Japan, whose population is about 125 million, is estimated to have had fewer than 800,000 births last year. Now, in the 1970s, that figure was more than 2 million per year. The issue is particularly acute as life expectancy has risen in recent decades, meaning there are a growing number of older people and declining numbers of workers to support them. In other news, airlines in Nigeria say flights are being disrupted after ground staff began an indefinite strike to demand higher pay yesterday. Air Peace, which has the largest fleet in Nigeria, and smaller carrier Dana Air said the strike by the Nigerian Aviation Handling Company, NACO, was delaying flights. Now, the strike has affected all operations of all airlines being handled by the company NACO, Air Peace said in a statement. British Airways and Qatar Airways, among the foreign airlines frequently flying to Nigeria, did not immediately respond to requests for comment. And then finally, earlier on, we reported on conservation success involving rhinos in India. And here's some more good news from the conservation front, and this time around involving butterflies in the United States of Oregon. Now, the Fender's blue butterfly has fluttered away from the brink of extinction. Good news. The species, once so rare it was thought to be extinct, is no longer considered endangered, says the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. The Fender's blue butterfly is only found in Oregon's Willamette Valley, a 250-kilometer region in the U.S. state. Now, this is a tremendous success story to go from virtual extinction to off the endangered list, Craig Rowland, state supervisor for the Services of Oregon office, said. And he added, "We've only reached this point of being able to downlist because of successful partnerships with landowners, conservation agencies, businesses and other agencies, and of course the work of our national wildlife refugees to conserve Fenders. Let's hope that we can bring you, our viewers here at home, many more empowering conservation stories in 2023. Well, that's it for the news headlines at 7 o'clock. We'll take another look at 8. Right now, here's further reflection on the world of sports with Graham.
Thank you so much, Kat. Let's see if that positive butterfly effect is going to make its way into the sport. Well, it certainly will for the Pretoria Capitals. Will Jax's blistering 62 was ultimately the difference as the Capitals sealed a 52-run victory over my Cape Town yesterday in a brilliant display. Batting first, the Capitals posted an impressive 182 for 8 in their 20 overs. Jax was ably supported at the top of the order by Kusal Mendes as the openers put on 88. What a platform for that first wicket. My Cape Town then collapsed with the bat as Dewald Brevis made the only meaningful score with 46. And it was Wayne Parnell and Andrich Nokia who were the stars with the ball in hand, both taking 3 wickets apiece. Then on to footballing news. Finally, it is happening. Everton have sacked their manager, Frank Lampard, after less than a year in charge at Goodison Park. So defeat at fellow strugglers West Ham United over the weekend was Everton's 9th loss in 12 Premier League games now. They are second from bottom of the table with 15 points from 20 matches, just above Southampton, but only on goal difference. Now, of course, Lampard replaced Rafa Benitez in January of 2022 with the team 16th on the table, and he did help Everton avoid relegation, but hasn't been able to achieve much this season. The Toffees are now looking for their 6th permanent manager in just 5 years. Then on to rugby. James Murphy is back. He has joined the Springboks 7 squad in Australia to replace the injured teammate Selvin Davids for this week's Sydney Sevens. So Davids sadly suffered a groin injury at the Hamilton leg last weekend and was now ruled out of this coming tournament. Murphy is no stranger to the Blitzboks fold, having made his 12th tournament appearance in Cape Town this December, or last December rather, where he played the last of his 52 games in a Springboks Sevens jersey. And they're going to need him. South Africa will meet our continental friends Kenya on Friday, and then the dark horse Uruguay, and then New Zealand on Saturday in our Pool B of the tournament. Then on to tennis. Oh, he's looking good to do it again. Novak Djokovic made light work of home hope Alex de Minaur as he continued his pursuit of now a record-extending 10th men's title at the Australian Open. Djokovic still had his left thigh strapped, but it really didn't look like he was in any trouble at all, winning 6-2, 6-1 and a 6-2. The 4th seed will now play Russian Andrei Rublev in the quarterfinals, probably his first major test. That was after he overcame Holger Rune in 5 sets. Then in the women's draw, Karolina Pliskova and Arina Sabalenka both advancing to the quarterfinals. But 4th seed Caroline Garcia, not so lucky. She was eliminated by Magda Linette in straight sets to halt her progression. Well, that's where we leave our sport for this hour. We'll touch on those headlines again around 8 o'clock. Right now, as you prepare to go to work, let's get a check-up on the roads with Kat.
Yes, indeed. A quick look at the traffic situation out there out in Pietermaritzburg in KZN. There are roadworks on the N3 westbound after Armitage Road. Now, the right lane is closed, so please drive carefully. Out in Midrand in Johannesburg, there's a stationary vehicle on the R21 northbound after Olifantsfontein. The left lane is closed, so please exercise caution. Drive safely on your way to school and to work. Right now, let's take a look at the weather. Now, in our 6 o'clock newscast, we learned of the extreme hot conditions in store for folks in the Northern Cape. Well, now we bring you news of the other extreme. China's northernmost city, Mohe, has recorded its lowest temperature since records began. Now, Mohe, known as China's North Pole, is close to the Russian border. And on Sunday, its meteorological station recorded a record low temperature of, get this, minus 53 degrees Celsius at 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, the previous coldest temperatures on record in the city was minus 52.3 degrees Celsius, and this was way back in 1969. China's national record stands at minus 58 degrees Celsius in the city of Genye in December of 2009. Now, Mohe is, of course, no stranger to cold weather. It's regarded as the coldest city in China, and its winter period usually lasts about 8 months of the year, with only 7 hours of light per day. And as a result, it attracts tourists throughout the year with its North Pole ice and snow parks and skiing venues. And it also hosts winter marathons. So I guess there is a bit of a silver lining over there. Now, for our 7 a.m. sunrise update, we had this one sent in by Gail Doyle, who shared this view from her balcony out in Gordons Bay. It's giving holiday, it's giving freedom and relaxation and a lot of yes. Nancy Govender sent us this image of the sun rising up from behind the ocean as it glistens across those beautiful waters out in Pennington in KZN. That's lovely. Then Obida from Cape Town took her boat out on the water this morning, showcasing our stunning Table Mountain in the background there. What a way to start the day. Beautiful. That's my favorite view of Table Mountain. And then finally, Fatah Khan showcased this stunning view from the dockyard out in Richards Bay. Beautiful imagery to start off the day. Please continue to share them with us by sending them to 063-408-8863. Let's take a quick look at temperatures all around the country. Polokwane, a low of 15, rises to a high of 31. Mbombela temperatures there will range between 18 and 31. Pretoria, 19 to 33, and Johannesburg 17 to 31. In the northwest, in Mahikeng, a low of 20 reaches up to a high of 33. Klerksdorp 19 to 33, Kimberley a low of 19 and a high of 34, and Bloemfontein 15 to 32. In Richards Bay, a low of 23 will reach a high of 36 with no chance of rain there. Pietermaritzburg 19 to 36, Durban 22 to 32, and Mthatha 16 to 35. In East London, a 59% chance of rain sees temperatures ranging between 18 to 28, Cradock 12 to 31, and Gqeberha 17 to 24, while George will see a low of 15 rising to a high of 25. In Cape Town, a low of 15 goes up to 21 degrees Celsius, Worcester 10 to 25, Sutherland 16 to 23, and Uppington, oh, thank goodness we've climbed down from those 41 degrees temperatures daily, now at 33 maximum. That's what the weather looks like all around the country, but despite what it may look like, I hope it's a fantastic day spent with us, at least the first couple of hours thereof here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, thank you so much, my brother. Now, a little bit earlier on the show, Zozo asked for your help to choose between two pairs of stylish jean looks for the show. So let's take a look at some of the votes and your thoughts where you're attending. But first of all, the options were these blue RE jean leggings or jeggings that are both stylish and comfy. And then option 2 were these black boyfriend jeans that add a cool, authentic edge to any casual wardrobe. So let's see how you, the people, have voted. And Mare Kotze saying option 1, Mavaba saying option 1, Cordell Hammond saying option 1, Style by Woolies, option 1 leading the charge. Good morning, team. I would say option 1 would be a fantastic look for Zoe, a look that she would most definitely pull off with a big smile. I can't agree with you more. Arlene saying a very good morning, option 1. Good morning, option 1 from Esme. Rishi saying option 1. Well, I think we are starting to see a trend. Let us see our very dramatic end results.
Option 1.
Ta-da! The jeggings, am I right?
The
jean
jeggings.
leggings are jeggings,
yes,
right? Hey,
they are so comfortable. They are super stretchy, and it's just, I love this cotton shirt that the button-up shirt that we've paired with it. It really just gives it that nice, flowy, relaxed look.
Completely, and of course you've sparkled up the shoes, just a little bit of an edge there just to elevate the whole outfit. I love that. I liked in both looks that there was a boyfriend element, boyfriend jeans, boyfriend shirt. There is a cool way that it just adds like a cool essence. I love the look, the flow, like you say. Absolute comfort and a little bit of chic.
Complete comfort and chic all in one. So this is amazing. Thank you for voting for number 1.
Well done. You guys have absolutely amazing taste. So go and make a statement wherever you go whilst being conscious of the planet and its people. Shop Rejeans and more in Woolworths, in-store, online, or of course on their amazing app.
It's The Crush. Unlock your 100% TV show. Catch all the excitement as we unlock Crush fans' full potential to live their dreams. Watch the show on SABC2 starting on the 1st of February every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Plus, you stand a chance to win your share of thousands of prizes. Simply buy any Crush and follow the pack for entry details. Crush, 100% goodness.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to this Tuesday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, with a stage name inspired by the term staying on fleek, today's featured artist, Phindile Dlamini, aka Fleeky, is a hip-hop music maven who has been passionate about the craft since a very young age. Now, from Miss Teen Commonwealth SA to a role in the movie Kissing Booth, Fleeky has proven herself an omnipresent persona who will continue to grace stages for years to come. In fact, take a quick listen to her talents.
Sick of you cause you ain't tryna put the work in. Acting shy but in the DMs you be flirting. I can tell that you be staring, you be lurking, but I close my eyes cause I don't see myself in nobody else. That's you, that's you, that's you, ooh, ooh. That's you, that's you, ooh, 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 ooh. That's you, that's you, that's you, ooh, ooh. I close my eyes cause I don't see myself.
Yay! Listen, this is a bit of an exclusive. Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, Afrika Boraka Bopara. Let's give it up for Fleeky in the house! Yes, please. You were telling me that you're not a morning person.
Not at all. I hate early mornings.
Well, I hope that we make it somehow bearable for you to spend the morning with us, but we love having you here. And was that a bit of an exclusive?
Yes,
has anybody seen that before?
No, that was your first time, and you're welcome for free.
That is amazing, and that's you. That's the name of the track that we just heard. You filmed it at Noordhoek Beach.
Yes.
What was that like? Was that sunset, right?
Yes, it was sunset. Beautiful beach. Very, very beautiful. We were actually just looking around, like driving around, trying to find a good place, and then we saw it, and we're like, hold on.
Wait, so as you're driving around, what, do you have a trailer in the back with a bed and a mattress and a duvet and all of those things?
No, it was a blow-up mattress, so it wasn't like a huge thing. So we actually had to pump it up at the beach.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm trying to find a shot in what I'm looking at right now. I'm trying to see the blow-up mattressness of it all. But that's awesome. What a beautiful shoot. What inspired you to say that this is the kind of aesthetic that you were looking for?
Thank you, first of all. But when I made the song, I was like, okay, this is like a fun little summer vibe. I'm thinking, okay, summer, the beach, obviously. And then I was like, okay, how can we make it look like aesthetic, you know?
Yes.
I was like, the mattress, white duvet,
listen.
pillows, let's do it.
It's giving everything. I still want to find that spot and go like, just sleep under the stars. Very, very cool. So you're Durban born.
Yes, I am.
And you were telling me you've been living in Cape Town for the past 14 years now. What was that journey like, that transition between these two big cities?
Well, the transition was not easy because, you know, moving to a new place, you're always trying to find people you can identify with,
yes,
you know, so you can be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So finding a sense of community, like, wasn't easy for me, but eventually I was able to gravitate towards the right people. And, you know, once you're around people that feel you,
yes,
you tend to be able to express yourself and just be yourself.
Yeah, and you flourish, right?
Exactly.
So how's that impacted and influenced your music then?
Well, like I said, like you're able to flourish,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like the people around me unleashed a sense of creativity within me. So actually the people that were around me inspired me to be the artist that I am today.
Wonderful. And speaking of inspiration, where did that inspiration come from, where you kind of felt it and thought to yourself, music is my thing, and hip-hop is my thing as well? Where did that all start for you?
Well, of course, everyone listens to hip-hop from time to time, and I never thought that I'd ever be making hip-hop music.
Really?
I was just the listener. And then at some point, I was like, hold on, they can do it, and I love listening to it, so let me just give it a shot and see.
Yeah.
And I tried it, and I just instantly fell in love. I was like, okay, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep doing it.
Do you remember who were some of the first artists you were listening to? You know, like when you would take up, let's say, like a spoon in the kitchen, and you're like, I know these lyrics, I can break it down, you know?
Yeah,
For
I
me,
feel
it's
like everyone has that spoon in the kitchen moment.
Right? Who was yours with?
But I'd say mine was with Kendrick Lamar. Yes, I started off very deep and conscious, but eventually I discovered new artists as well, more light-hearted artists. I don't know if you noticed, but my music is like it's like a mix of pop and rap.
Yeah, definitely.
So Katy Perry always had these exciting music videos, and she always made it. You know, in that raw era, like that was the best era ever.
The Eye of the Tiger.
So I was like, how can I incorporate the two, like rap and a bit of pop?
Okay.
And that's just
But listen, you can't be dropping names like K Dot and then like not. Could you give us your favorite like?
My favorite
8 bars,
song?
Nara.
I don't know, but 8 bars.
Give us four, something, yeah.
I guess there's the song called "Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst."
Yo.
I'm not sure if I remember though.
You know
That
what?
was so
It's
many
okay.
years ago.
Hold on to it. Hold on to it. We're going to come back to that moment, but we are so excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here.
Cannot wait to hear you perform and for you to experience it as well. So make sure that you do stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Fleek is in the house. Let's go.
Oh, well, listen, there's lots of excitement because the Golden Cloud Baker Search competition is well underway and the bakes are coming along. But let's check in with our baking duos.
It's buzzing behind me. Welcome back to the kitchen where our Golden Search baking duos are already hard at work. It looks like the click has happened. Some great chemistry, but let's find out how they're doing. Dalila, it started, it's happening. First of all, I've got to know what the idea is. What's your concept?
I am making triple chocolate coffee brownies.
Because you have to
With a
use your
little
coffee.
twist at the
Yeah.
end. Little twist at the end.
Okay, and we're there for the
Christmas
creativity.
twist, yeah.
It has to be a Christmas twist. I absolutely love that. You guys just came out of the gates so quickly. Tando,
Yeah.
how's she doing?
She's doing amazing. I also wanted to pick an ingredient that I felt like anyone would understand, and as soon as she had coffee, she just got it and she had all the ideas. I really am just like adding my final touches, like, oh, let's elevate it in this like smaller way, but she's excellent.
Knowing mine, like I'll just pull it open and there's just flour everywhere, and I just don't feel like that drama right now.
I love this. Angeline getting a masterclass from Sassy here. There's a bit of sass in this kitchen. I'm loving it. So what were you talking through? It looks like some beautiful advice being given there. What were you saying?
I was just saying to her that when you do your batter, always make sure when you're folding it through that there's no excess batter at the bottom, and when you do that, there's no lumps.
Zandeline, talk me through the concept. What are you creating for your bake?
Surprise.
No doubt we're going to be surprised.
The main ingredient is chocolate of cacao, so
brilliant.
it's going to be really elevated. It's going to be complemented with various other secret flavors. So I'm not giving anything away.
I know, I can see this poker
But
face, man.
yes.
I love it. Well, I'm loving the transferal of information here, the fact that you guys are working so well as a team. Keep it up, the clock is ticking.
Thank you.
All right, Lorraine, Gabs, there is a lot going on here, and it
Yes.
seems to be already about the finer details.
Yeah.
And
We're
you're
on
getting a
it.
bit of a schooling here, which I absolutely love.
I know. I never work with fondant.
So talk me through the concept, Lorraine. What are you going for today?
Our design is going to be a Christmas wrap. So hence you see all this design and all. But then we're going to do it with cupcakes, the rum and cherry cupcakes.
I see that all of you guys tried to pick something that would inspire a
Yes,
natural
absolutely.
idea. What was it about the cherry? I mean, it's festive. I
It's
get
festive,
that.
yeah. It's such a beautiful fruit. And things you can decorate and you can cook with it. And the flavor is so nice and sweet. And you can make it like, you can cook it down, you can have it fresh. So many different things you can do with it.
Work on those fondant skills, girl.
Oh,
You'll
no.
get there one day. You'll get there one day.
I'm learning, I'm learning.
Well, clearly there is a lot going down at this workstation. Not so much smiles now, it's down to business, Jenny Morris. But I'm going to start with you, Alison. Obviously, there is a concept going down here. I'm seeing some beautiful, very strong flavors. Talk me through the inspiration. What are you trying to create today?
Oh, well,
chocolate, smooth, melting moments.
We were both just saying that she loves chocolate, so she's going to kill you with chocolate.
And this is the right time to do it. The nerves, I can see, are going to play a factor, as it should. I mean, this is intense in a kitchen like this. How are you feeling at this stage?
The anxiety is sky high.
Good.
But I'm managing. I'm getting there. Yeah, we should complete.
We should. Well, you've got one of the best in the business beside you. We've got to do it, man. We've got to do it. You don't have a choice.
We are going to be doing a gingerbread Christmas tree.
Oh, lovely.
And we've got the molasses in there. It tastes delicious. Hopefully, yeah, our final result will, yeah, you'll see how it goes.
Right, you amazing bakers. I don't want to break your flow at all. I just need you to look up at that clock. 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes, guys. Keep it up. Keep pushing. It's getting intense in here, and this is just the first challenge, but someone is going to be going home after this. So there is a lot of pressure on these contestants. 10 eyes on that grand prize of 50,000 Rand. Only one finalist can win it. Who's it going to be? Stick around.
Definitely stick around. I think we all are captivated by our TVs, but I cannot wait. And you need to stick around too. We'll bring you more throughout the show.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we take a turn towards our oceans. In fact, our entire planet and the ecosystem we are a big part of. Our seas dominate global weather patterns, we know this, and the climate crisis is causing profound and damaging changes to it. Now, according to reports, oceans were the hottest ever recorded, ever, in 2022. Now, did you know that our oceans absorbed about 10 zettajoules more heat in 2022 than they did the previous year? What a zettajoule is, I don't know, but the equivalent is, get this, every person on Earth running about 40 hair dryers all day, every day, to get that much heat. That's what's being absorbed by our ocean. Now, joining us to chat about the severity of these statistics this morning is our favorite marine biologist, someone whose job will be affected by this, Mark Fitzgibbon. Welcome back to the show, buddy.
Always lovely to talk about the ocean with you, Graham.
It's always doom and gloom with you. Come on, man. We're always left with this like feeling of how do we save the planet? But that is the question, is how do we pitch this in a way that we will actually absorb and take cognizance of where we're at? Because I, as a fairly woke, conscious person, still don't get it.
Yeah.
Still don't get it. So maybe we can use these very simple numbers as a means of explaining just how far we've gotten. So I think the first point of difference that I need to kind of get clarified, when we talk about global warming and climate change, where is the overlap and how do they differ? Can you define those two things for me?
Yeah, so global warming is kind of exactly what it means. It's the warming of our planet. And if you think of the average temperature of the whole Earth, it sits at about 18 degrees, 15, 18. And that average is actually increasing. Now, people usually think, oh, but that's fine. You know, the average temperature, that's not warm, that's not cold, that's perfect. But a change in about 1 or 2 degrees is actually quite massive in terms of a global, temperature. This will cause the climate to change. So a lot of people think, okay, global warming, everything's going to get hotter, but that's not actually the case. What climate change is an intensification of the water cycle. That's how I always like to think of it. It's like there's going to be droughts in some parts of the world, there's going to be floods in the others, hurricanes, tornadoes. It's just going to be an intensification of the whole weather system.
It's like changing your washing machine from a delicate hand wash to like a 12,000 revolutions intense cycle. Let's get those whites clean kind of thing. And I've heard when we talk about the nuance of, say, 1 or 2 degrees within temperature, I remember one of the first books I read about global warming talking about plankton being killed off with just a few, and that's literally the foundation of life on the planet, that this potentially could be a planet destroyer.
And a lot of people don't know this, but actually, if you take 2 breaths of air, the second breath, that oxygen actually comes directly from the ocean. 50% of the oxygen on this planet comes directly from phytoplankton and all of those algae.
We're pushing so hard for the green spaces. What about the blue?
Yes. Sylvia Earle, no green, no blue.
How do we know this? How do we test a global temperature? How do we get these measurements?
So there's a lot of ways in which scientists are testing rising sea temperatures, rising sea levels. They use, they've got like ships, research ships that go out and actually go into the ocean and put very expensive,
I'm sure.
meters and thermometers and all of the other scientific equipment into the water. They also have buoys, the floating buoys, not the immature men buoys, but
a few of those we can throw out there as well. It's fun.
Constant monitoring of the temperatures, and then also satellites, which is quite recent now. In the last 50 years, we've been using a lot of satellites to actually, take pictures, see what's happening to coastlines, and also in certain ways, get temperature readings.
And it was quite weird. I mean, during that COVID period, we all saw that immediate transformation of those spaces. The photos, the telegraphic view of a lot of these places changed so dramatically when the human influence was taken out. Just for a matter of weeks, we saw a difference. So we can do something about this. I want to know more about greenhouse gases, so you can think about that. We're going to continue our discussion around climate change and global warming in a moment.
Oh, thank you, G-Man. Well, we need to do everything we can to help protect our oceans. And something as small as choosing responsibly sourced fish can really go a long way. Now, a healthy lunch includes a lighter protein to keep you energized and nourished throughout the day. And we have Chef Clem, who's going to show us how to pack a lunchbox and how to make a healthy tuna roll using Woolies' responsibly sourced tuna, which is part of the Fishing for the Future initiative. Now, of course, if you want to get this recipe, it is available on our website, expressoshow.com, but don't worry, I'll remind you about that a little bit later. Chef Clem, I'm so excited because these lunch boxes and packing lunch boxes beyond the normal sandwich in a Tupperware, I get very excited for.
Yeah, and you've got that lunchbox.
I got this light blue one. I bought it for myself. It's super cute. You can open it up and there's little compartments inside. So you can obviously pop your sandwich on the one end. I like to do a little sandwich in the morning because it's easy to eat in between. And then some grapes, and then I pop my mango in here. But it's also got a cute little fork.
I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
I do love that. I love a very curated lunchbox. Like, I wish I was back in an office where people actually have brought lunch, because we're so blessed we have like food snacks everywhere.
Yeah.
To compare lunchboxes, it's like bragging rights out there if you've got a good lunchbox and a good packed lunch. We're gonna make a banging lunchbox right now, little lunch filler. We're using tuna, because when it comes to replenishing yourself with proteins, going for those lighter meats, always better. So things like tuna or your chicken, and this one is really, really good.
Okay.
I love a tuna mayo in general. Like, you can just give me like tuna, lemon, mayonnaise, and I'm happy. But today we're gonna take it a step further. You're gonna do the grown-up kiddies
version.
The grown-up version. I'm gonna do like the kiddies version. So the difference is very subtle, but you'll see it in the end. So I've got your tuna. First things first, there you go. Oh, you got nails. Okay.
Yes,
so I love the fact, first of all, convenience. Are you okay? Must I pop it for you? Are you
Yes,
okay?
please, you can pop it for me.
So the fact that you have the actual ring on there already makes all the difference for me. Tin openers, we don't do that anymore.
I actually had to look for a tin opener just yesterday, and I was like, this thing's not working properly because I'm so used to buying canned food with the ring on it.
So the convenience of that is that you can actually take it to the office, and you don't have to like run around trying to find a tin opener. It's just like pop the lid and you're good to go. So in your bag, in your drawer, and when I was in office where we had like proper lunchbox vibes and a lunch break, tuna was always in my drawer. And
tuna's just easy.
It's so easy. And I had to like replenish that like once a month because people would just like they would know that it's there and then just come and help themselves. So I like what you're doing. You can keep it as chunky as you like. I do like a little bit of texture, but the kids, no. Adults, yes.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I'll probably be more kid-like in this regard. Texture is okay, but like give me consistent texture.
I love like a little bit of chunk with the tuna, but yes, some people do prefer, especially on a tuna malt, they like having it super fine. Okay, next thing, mayonnaise. You don't want to add too much mayonnaise because it doesn't become a little runny. So, can I add the mayonnaise for you?
Yes, please go for it because I have a heavy hand. There we go.
Let's go. I think that's enough. There we go. So
these days you can also go with reduced oil mayo. I mean, you can keep it healthy.
Absolutely. We're using the vegan mayo, but there's such a wide selection of mayos at Woolies. You can pick your whatever you like. The honey mustard also delicious with this one, honey mustard mayo. So once you've got your mayo in, I've got spring onion. I've kept the green for you. Kids, sometimes when it comes to onion, they don't like seeing it.
Okay.
So if you can hide it.
Perfect.
Perfect. So I'm gonna go for the whites in there. You're gonna add a little bit of spice. You're gonna add gochujang paste.
Ooh.
It's a fermented chili paste. A lot of flavors will give that a smell. It smells amazing. It smells really good.
Ooh. It's got those Asian flavors coming through.
Subtle heat. That's you.
That's subtle heat.
That's subtle heat. I'm not gonna add it for the kids. Just gonna give it a little mix.
And I love that it gives it a little bit of a color.
That also, yes. So you can kind of see it's something different. It's not your usual cucumber, tuna mayo. Talking about cucumbers on the brain.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a quick pickle. Okay, so get a fork and you're just gonna.
Is that what you call a quick pickle?
It's gonna become a quick pickle. So by doing this, you're opening up the skin so the pickle can actually get in there really quickly.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you to slice it for me. I'm gonna give you everything you need for that.
Perfect.
Chopping board, knife.
This is a teamwork
There we go. It is, it
How
is.
thick do you want it? Like that? Like
How would you want cucumber on your sandwich?
Yeah, thinly
Yeah,
sliced.
there we go. So vinegar in, and you can use brown vinegar, white vinegar, whichever vinegar you like. All about the new year, new me. Brown sugar alternative. So sweetness, no, like none of the actual carbohydrates, none of the actual sugar. It's amazing. So
that's a brown sugar alternative.
Yeah.
Normally for me, our alternative, if you don't want to use sweetness, has just been using a little bit of honey.
Yes, but this has that caramel. I mean, as soon as you open the bag, you can smell it. It smells like caramel. So a little bit of that goes in there just to sweeten the pickle, because pickles are all about the balance, the acid and the sweetness. So I'm actually going to use my gochujang spoon now. Like at home for the kids, don't. But I get some of that pickle flavor in the heat. Not heat, like the pepper flavor in there.
Yes, the spiciness.
You just go in there for like, if you could do overnight, amazing. They're gonna start
Okay, so
pickling.
we're pickling our own cucumber. Now we've got our sandwiches here. We've got some beautiful, we're gonna use our, are we using our gluten-free buns, our seeded rolls?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And we gave it a light little toast.
In olive oil. You can use butter as well. Olive oil's good. So you got your bun. We're gonna build this rapidly, but with technique. So lettuce goes down first to stop any moisture getting into your bun.
Okay.
There we go. You can do those. Would you like some cucumber, some carrot ribbons?
So you just take a potato peeler, get some carrot ribbons in there.
Absolutely. There we go. You're gonna get some of your tuna. What happened to my tuna? Here we
And
go.
this is something you can meal prep on a Sunday. You know,
for
get
sure.
your ribbons ready, cut all the ingredients. You don't have to assemble everything just yet, but the day before, assemble it. It just makes meal prep so much easier.
So much easier. Get a few of those cucumbers on there. Actually, I've got everything bagel seasoning. That's gonna go for you.
Okay,
Not
for
for
the
the kids.
grown-ups.
Here
For the
we go.
grown-ups.
So some of this cucumber goes
Ooh,
on
how
there.
cool are these seasoning? Everything
Hey,
bagel sprinkle.
It's delicious.
Roasted sesame sprinkle with onion, garlic, and fleur de salt.
Yep. So delicious. Now, all you gotta do, bun it. And then what I'm gonna do for the kiddie lunchbox, I'm gonna serve that with the 500 ml sparkling water and some of those chutney flavored rice crackers. They're delicious. And a smoothie granola bar. For the adults, I'm gonna give them a nectarine, some roasted nuts, and the 1.5 liter.
Because we need more water.
We need more water. Lunch.
Sorted.
Sorted.
Thank you, Chef Clem. If you want to get your hands on our tuna recipe, head on over to our website. That's expressoshow.com.
Mamasi, Mrs. I make the pots to be done. Famous for shisanyama and shisayo. One touch here, one touch there. Fast food and even faster payments. Everybody wins Guamamasi. I mean, come on, man.
I
am such a champ right now.
This summer, we are not just players. We are all champions. Unlock your profits with a quicker pause and qualify for a cash advance. Better together. Vodacom.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Kickstart to a brand new day. We are back with marine biologist Mark Fitzgibbon to continue our conversation on how the ever-increasing ocean temperatures will impact all of us, and it will, and what we need to do to drive change. Now, to reinforce this notion, more than 90% of the excess heat trapped by greenhouse gas emissions is absorbed into our oceans, and sea surface temperatures also leads to a supercharge in extreme weather conditions. We've experienced this in spades over the last few years. We're going to find out a bit more from Mark right now. Can you please explain to us, before we get into the changes that are happening, how does the greenhouse effect work?
So you spoke about greenhouse emissions, and if you've ever stepped into a greenhouse, you know what a greenhouse is. It's those fabulous little glass homes that you put plants in, and you kind of walk in there and it's humid and hot because all of that sun, all of that heat energy comes into the greenhouse and gets trapped
and can't get out.
So greenhouse gases like water vapor, carbon dioxide, ozone, nitrous oxide, and the rest, they are essentially creating this greenhouse, which is Earth, this bubble. Now, don't get me wrong, they are very, very needed. Greenhouse gases helps keep
the good
our,
stuff in,
it keeps our planet comfortable for us, for life. But what we've been doing over the past few hundred years with industry is we've increased the amount of, especially carbon dioxide and other forms of greenhouse gases, which has started to increase the temperature of the planet faster than it already should be going.
And this is only speeding up, and as a result now, as you've touched on, we are seeing the extreme pendulum swing of the weather. I mean, recorded temperatures, we think it's about the heat, but we saw a temperature in Russia now, minus 50 plus degrees.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing. As a result of these changes, we are seeing the ice sheets, the loss of Greenland, Antarctica's ice sheets starting to melt. What happens when this now impacts the globe? Because surely one ice sheet is a massive volume. We're going to see the oceans rising.
We are, and we've already seen it happening. Actually, a couple of weeks ago, I saw that one island nation, they've actually digitized their nation because their island is going to be underwater in about 100 years.
They'll exist only in the metaverse. Yeah.
But a lot of people think rising sea levels, okay, the coastlines are going to be affected. But you should also think about agriculture, farming. If the oceans rise, that salt water actually will intrude into the aquifers that we have. A lot of farms use groundwater into the rivers. It's called saltwater intrusion, if I'm not mistaken. But that's also another aspect of rising sea levels. And then with rising sea levels and these extreme weather conditions, you'll see that these tsunamis and these hurricanes and these storms will cause a lot more damage to infrastructure in lots of parts of the world as well.
And then we're just surviving. We're not even moving forward, and we've seen a huge portion of the planet just surviving over the last few years in particular. I always know, and I take this with a pinch of salt, because when we're more aware, when we are cognizant of more and we're taking in more data, we do see more. So I think it's worth us knowing that this has been building for a while. This hasn't happened overnight.
Yes.
However, it kind of feels like we need an overnight solution, and that might not be an overhaul. It might be just one thing. How do we shift? How do we change the mindset, do you think? And what do we need to do? What are those pressure points that we as individuals can focus on today?
It's mainly just to stop emissions as much as we're doing, and that can happen in a large scale, as in like these big corporations, governments, and new laws. But I think that a lot of small change makes big change. So in everything that we do, we just need to be mindful about our carbon footprint. If we all do that, if the entire planet can be just a bit more mindful, it will decrease significantly the amount of emissions that we create. And what we're doing now, making noise.
Yeah.
You know, make a lot of noise. You know, write letters to your favorite companies that are, you know, making these emissions. Speak to your municipalities on how we can be better. You know, there's lots of ways.
more, yeah.
Yeah.
This entire society is a customer service chain, and if we at the bottom demand more from those at the top, it will start to happen. But you've got to think about what you can do in your own capacity, and it might be as simple as just eating a little bit less meat. You don't know until you've explored that space. So go and educate and empower yourself. Let's start making a difference today.
Oh, thank you, Graham. Well, if there's one thing we know for sure, it's also that the temperatures are rising here in the studio as our duos bake off to win 50,000 Rand. Now, it's the halfway mark and things are heating up in round one of our Golden Baker Search Festive Edition. Now, let's find out how our duos are rising to the challenge.
You can hear from the whir of activity around us. The first round of the Golden Baker Search is well underway, but I can see already the cracks starting to form. The pressure is telling. The clock is now really ticking. In fact, that countdown has begun. I hope that our duos are coping. Let's go find out.
Yeah, that's raw. So get it out.
Okay.
Very quickly now.
The oven was too warm for the cake and it over baked basically, so the outside baked too quick and the inside didn't bake along with the outside. We're gonna take out the cakes that it is and then we're gonna redo it quickly. Yeah.
For our decorations of our design, we are making the snowflakes with fondant, and then we've got the Christmas leaves, and then we've got the bow tie for the top of the wrap, and these small little hooks for the Christmas decoration.
Little candy canes.
Candy canes, yes.
Yeah.
And they're gonna use these leaves.
These little beacon sweeties, just because.
Just because.
Just because they have sparkle on, and it's, you know, a festive season.
Yes.
Well, we are very happy with our taste. Want to taste it?
Okay, I've already stolen some. Oh, it's delicious. It's full of molasses, rich, beautiful.
It's clearly all about a clean workstation. Jen, how are you feeling?
Feeling very confident. This is a family recipe that Alison said she's using. It's her granny's recipe.
With all the little individual pieces looking so spectacular, I cannot wait to see it all come together.
Well, yes.
Good luck with those finishing touches.
How's things going?
It's going. It's almost there. Almost there.
You guys look very, very focused. What can we expect? Or what are you most worried about?
That we don't finish decorating. That's what I'm most worried about.
And what's the backup plan if you don't finish?
I will finish.
Okay, maybe we should leave you guys to it.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Guys, looks like your second round's working out a lot better than your first overwhelming heart.
Never fear when Sass is here.
Yay!
Yes. Looking good, ladies.
Fantastic. And I thank you.
Lorraine Gabs, I can see the mental arithmetic going crazy here because it is about the finer details, and looking at the work that you've done with this icing, it's beautiful. How are you guys doing? You seem pretty calm.
Good, eh? Look good. Fresh level.
I love that.
Feeling good, feeling positive, you know.
What are you worried about? Anything at this stage?
Too confident to say no.
That's good. Confidence we need. This is a competition.
I think that the beauty is Lorraine is just so sure of herself. She was like, I was like, do you want to write anything down? She was like, no, I know what I'm doing. And you know what? It's just being confident with what you know.
The teamwork has been fantastic.
The team has been fantastic.
Yes.
Are you happy with it?
Yes, I'm very happy.
Fantastic.
And I'm not just saying it.
Okay, darling.
I love her. I was gonna say the same thing. I was like, she's perfect. She knows exactly what she's doing. Like, I think we think alike. She knows what I'm thinking. She was just running after me, running after her.
Why is this so tense? What are you worried about happening here?
I'm worried about it collapsing. You know, everything for me, everything has got to be balanced.
So
if
literally, it's got to be balanced.
It's actually got to be level.
Do you want to taste?
Please.
Let's pop a little bit of the meringue on. So we've balanced the bitterness of your ginger with the ginger biscuit with the sweetness of the meringue. So give that a taste. Oh, Graham likes
You got
it.
the snap.
Yes, that's a good sign.
Guys, I heard there was a bit of stress at the station. Are we all under control?
What are you worried about?
The most important thing I think I'm worried about, I don't know about you, sister, but I'm worried about that cake cooling down because we've got cream, lovely cream, maple cream in the center.
But your decor looks like a beautiful Christmas mix. I mean, this is beautiful. It's Christmas. It's very beautiful.
Okay. So where do you want to put that, the zest in?
In the
caramel? Okay, so you can.
Okay.
Just do a... Can we just... do you not think you should...
And then the cayenne in the ganache.
Yeah. How's that? Can you
Very
taste orange?
subtle, yes.
10 minutes and counting, ladies. 10 minutes to bring it all together. If you're not doing your final touches now, you are failing. Get on it. Get through this final hurdle. Come on, you're almost there. Keep it up. Come on, ladies. Come on. So far, so good. A couple of mishaps, but it's all about rolling with the punches in the Golden Baker search. We've seen this before. They've got to put those final touches on now before they reveal their festive inspiration to the judges. Stick around. Whew.
Oh, listen, things are heating up and we can't wait to see those final creations of round one. But you need to stay around and tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Sensodyne, repair, and protect with deep repair. The science is pretty amazing. It really goes deep and repairs tooth sensitivity. The science is there. It's going to improve their quality of life in a big way. This is the first thing I recommend.
feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show. And I mean, how can we have a breakfast show without breakfast?
Yep, it's that time of the day, of course, burning up all of those breakfast calories. Our Golden Baker Search finalists will be whittled down in just a moment. We'll be finding out who is going to take top honors and progress to our semi-finals and who's going home.
Oh, would you love some fruits of the forest?
Thank you so much.
On your granola?
Oh, that looks beautiful. Thank you.
Breakfast is sorted, but how about we catch up with those latest headlines while we enjoy breakfast?
Save some for me, would you? Well, the time now, just about a minute past 8 o'clock. Let's take a look at the news headlines. On the national news front, the number of deaths on Western Cape roads declined over the festive season compared to the previous year. This according to a report released by the acting provincial MEC for Mobility, Ivan Meyer. Now, between the 1st of December 2022 and 11th of January 2023, 131 people lost their lives. In the previous festive season, 207 people died on provincial roads. The number of arrests in the 2022-2023 festive season included 446 for driving under the influence, and 14 people also arrested for bribery and 4 for possession of drugs. Now, International Relations and Cooperation Minister Naledi Pandor has defended South Africa's decision on agreeing to have a joint military exercise in the Indian Ocean in KwaZulu-Natal with its 2 BRICS partners, Russia and China. Pandor made her comments during a meeting with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who was visiting South Africa. And she said, quote, "All over the world, countries conduct military exercises. There should be no compulsion for any country that it can't conduct them with any of its partners, and we need to explain this to the public." On the international news front this morning, the government in Eswatini has distanced itself from allegations that it's involved in the death of human rights lawyer and activist Thulani Maseko. Maseko was shot and killed on Saturday evening at his home near Mbabane in an apparent hit. Maseko was well known for campaigning for a democratic dispensation in Eswatini. Earlier, the Swaziland Solidarity Network, the SSN, accused King Mswati III of Maseko's death. Mswati apparently warned a few hours before the hit on Maseko that there would be consequences for those who demand democratic reform. In other news, Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida says his country is on the brink of not being able to function as a society because of its falling birth rate. Kishida said it was a matter of now or never. Japan, whose population is about 125 million, is estimated to have had fewer than 800,000 births last year. Now, in the 1970s, that figure was more than 2 million per year. The issue is particularly acute as life expectancy has risen in recent decades, meaning there are a growing number of older people and declining numbers of workers to support them. And finally, the announcement that no rhinos have been poached in the northern parts of India in the region of Assam in 2022 has been heralded as a global conservation success. It's the first time there have been 0 poaching incidents in that part of India in 45 years. Now, Assam is home to the world's largest population of one-horned rhinos, with some 2,900 of them. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Sarma said, quote, "The gentle giant is now much safer in Assam." He lauded the coordinated efforts of the state's forest and police departments for the 2022 success. A special task force was formed in 2021, consisting of 22 senior police and forest department officials to coordinate the conservation efforts of both departments. Now, they marked all entry and exit points used and increased patrolling on full moon nights when most poachers attacked rhinos. Last year, 58 arrests involving rhino poaching were made. And what a wonderful example, really, to the rest of the world of what can be achieved, and we do salute all that are involved. Well, that's it for the news on this Tuesday morning. Right now, as we get you all ready to get to work and to school, here's a quick look at the traffic with Graham.
Thank you so much, Kat. Let's start in KZN in Westville, in fact, where there is a stationary truck on the N2 northbound before the EB Coletta interchange. That middle lane is obstructed, so drive carefully there. And moving up north to Centurion in Johannesburg, there are roadworks on the N1 southbound. That's after the Flying Saucer interchange. 2 left lanes are now closed, and there is very slow-moving traffic as a result. Then down to Milnerton and Cape Town, there is congestion building on the N7 southbound at the Bosmansdam ramp. And you can expect delays, and please drive carefully as the roads are wet this morning with that inclement weather. Those are the roads. Let's get into the weather. Well, continuing with our theme of extreme weather reporting today, the Northern Cape Health Department has called on the public to exercise caution amid hot weather conditions and monitor for heat stroke symptoms. So Rian Stradom, the province's acting head of department, said for the next fortnight, the average temperatures would not be less than 40 degrees. Heat stroke occurs when the body can no longer control its own temperature. Its temperature rises rapidly, the perspiration mechanism then fails, and it's unable to cool the body down as a result. Body temperatures can rise to 41 degrees Celsius or higher within 10 to 15 minutes, which can be devastating. Symptoms of heat stroke include confusion, altered mental status, slurred speech even, loss of consciousness, hot, dry skin, or profuse perspiring, and even seizures. So please keep a lookout. Heat stroke can be fatal if treatment is delayed. And ways to prevent it by wearing clothing that is protective, wearing a hat, obviously, drinking enough fluids. Now, 8 farmers in the Kakamas region last week, and we certainly send our condolences to their friends and family. Now, for our final weather update, we had this one sent in by Gary Lambert out in the bluff in Durban. A beautiful picture. Look at that bright orange sky. Then Kevin Buchanan, he showcased this view of the sun beaming above the ocean out in Durbs. Oh, that is a spectacular view. Lyndall Smith shared this stunning view of the sky lighting up the greenery in Ungoya Forest Reserve out in Zululand. One of the best parts of the world, I think. And then finally, William Jumat shared this stunner all the way from Virginia Beach with the birds flying across the ocean as the sun begins to rise. Great way to start our Tuesday. Thank you so much. Please keep sharing those sunrise views with us on our WhatsApp line, 063-408-8863. Right, so let's see what those temperatures have in store for you today. And we start in Polokwane, where your low is 15, going up to a high of 31 degrees. And Mbombela, 18 your low, going up to 31 degrees. Pretoria, ranging between 19 and 33 degrees today. Johannesburg, 17 and 31. Mahikeng, 20 your low, going up to 33 degrees. Klerksdorp, 19 and 33 your range. Kimberley, a 40% chance of rain there as you kickstart today on 19 degrees, going up to 34. Bloemfontein ranging between 15 and 32. As we move to Richards Bay, we see the heat increasing, 23 your low, going up to 36 degrees. Likewise, a hot one in Pietermaritzburg, 19 your low, going up to 36 degrees. Durbs, your low, 22, going up to 32. Mthatha, your low, 16, going up to a high of 35, with thunder showers hopefully tempering that, 67% chance there. East London, your low, 18, going up to 28 degrees, 59% chance of rain. Expect the thunder showers in Cradock, where your low is 12, going up to 31 degrees. Gqeberha, 17 your low, going up to 24 degrees with an 80% chance of rain. George expecting the rain as well, 15 your low, going up to 25 degrees. Cape Town, the mother city, 15 is your minimum, going up to a max of 21 degrees. We've already seen the rain has started here. Worcester, you've got an 88% chance of rain. As a result, the temperatures dropping somewhat, 10 your low, going up to 25 degrees. Sutherland, 16 your low, going up to 23 degrees. Uppington, chilly by your normal standards, 17 your low, only going up to 33 degrees. But in those areas affected by the heat wave, once again we say please be vigilant and just stay indoors during those peak hours and hydrate.
I love that picture of those rolling hills in the weather. Was that Umhlanga or Amanzimdod?
Oh, listen, KZN has got the most beautiful lush green hills.
Oh, love it. You know what we also love? We also love good food and have those broken diet rules, you know, overindulging on our favorite desserts like we have been doing in studio this morning. But of course, our choices, however, do impact on our health. And of course, at a time, it can be so hard to sustain a healthy eating habit, isn't it?
That's true, that's true. And that is why bringing the good back, talking about the good bacteria, with probiotics is so important.
Yeah, it's so important to bring the good bacteria back into your gut and rebalance your gut to help your gut to function the way that it was meant to. You got it?
You got it. That's right. Well, probiotics improve the digestive process, ensuring these nutrients from the food you eat is delivered to the important organs inside your body.
Yeah, of course. Not only does that strengthen your intestinal barrier to protect your gut and your body from harmful pathogens, it also strengthens the immune system to fight against infections. And this morning we were talking about the importance of your immune system. We were talking about measles, right? And how it is the most infectious virus known to man. So having a strong immune system, and you bolster that by getting all the nutrition that you eat from your food, of course.
Definitely. And having a healthy gut can really lead to improved skin, reduced stress levels, and balanced energy. Improving your microbiome can also lead to better sleep and digestion.
Absolutely. Now, probiotics are daily supplements to support your gut health. So speak to your healthcare professional, your doctor, or your pharmacist about Pro-B Flora at Cog Ingram's Probiotic. And remember, there are many probiotics out there, but only one Pro-B Flora.
That's right. And Pro-B Flora are giving you the chance to win a 1,000 Rand Take-A-Lot voucher. Now simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter or Instagram page and share your favorite gut health recipe tip. Don't forget to include that hashtag #BringTheGoodBack. This week's competition will close on Friday, the 27th of January at midday. So you've got some time to enter. There are T's and C's that apply, and those can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
I am such a champ right now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Happy Tuesday, if nobody said it to you yet, as we get back into the kitchen to inspire you with another delicious recipe. Now, it can be very tough to make those healthy lunch decisions that still pack a flavor punch, but our Be Well tuna stuffed cucumber boats are quick and very easy to make and are filled with a creamy tuna filling using the Be Well garlic-naise mayo, and they deliver on nutrients and flavor in spades. And that's why Nondumis is here to take us through this beautiful recipe, an easy one. My first time seeing you in 2023.
Yes, Happy New Year. Well,
compliments.
Compliments.
What do you mean? Are you?
I mean, we're like 3 weeks into the New Year, so I don't know.
But it's the first time I've seen you.
Well,
I feel like
Happy New Year.
All right. All right. So we got some tuna going in there.
We've got some tuna. So if you are, I want to say this, if you want to veganize this, you can swap out the tuna for some chickpeas.
Ooh.
Smash them.
You want to veganize it?
Yes, that would be great. Is that a word?
I like that. I think you just coined a new phrase now. I have veganized this meal.
Veganized this
Sounds
meal.
rather aggressive, though.
It does.
But
really
it makes
does.
a point.
But of course, you know, you can also use tuna. Tuna's lovely.
Can I just have a look at that? I just want to compliment whoever it is
I know, that
these
diced
red
this.
onions
Perfect.
so beautifully. Teach me your ways.
Educate us. We're going to add some
don't wanna
dill.
waste it as well.
And so dill goes very well with like fish.
Dill. Okay.
Yeah. And then we're going to have some chili, some salt, and some mustard. And if you can please help me there by slicing the onion, the tomatoes.
Okay. So what kind of slicing are we doing here? Are we halving them?
Halve it lengthwise.
Let's go. So this way.
Yeah. Yes.
So you're
but
going to go
four
one
times. Okay.
And
then
so
again.
we're quartering them.
Quarter. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then I'm going to add some mustard. And then some salt, as well as the garlic-naise. Garlic-naise. What are you laughing at? What is it? Garlic-naise?
Garlic-naise.
Garlic-naise. Don't laugh at me.
No, it's not you. I promise it's not you.
Who is it?
It's my director. Yeah.
What are they saying?
No, she said I got nice nails, and I thought,
really?
I don't play,
Okay.
These nails gotta do the work on that live,
So that hand modeling.
What camera is that? Camera 4? Camera 5 captures that close-up shot. Got to make sure they're doing their serving,
Yeah.
If you're inspiring people in the kitchen, you got to inspire them in more ways than one, I say.
Exactly. And also, you know what? If you got to, show your hands, you better make sure your nails are on point.
2023, guys.
Well,
Bet your life.
And
that's looking good in there.
How delicious and just beautiful and vibrant, right, in color. Okay, so then...
Let me know when you are ready, because I'm almost ready.
I'm ready, but I actually think you should do this. I think
Which part is this? The
stuffing the cucumber.
I don't. Ooh, okay.
So we've now cut this in half lengthwise and removed the inside.
How did you do that?
Just with the spoon.
Oh, you scooped it out with a spoon.
Scoop it out with a spoon.
Okay, cool.
That's enough now.
Oh.
That's enough.
I was overdoing it, wasn't I? Okay.
You really are. No.
Oh,
you
my
don't put it in there. I'm sorry. You need to put the cat.
Talk to me. I need to put the tomato
you need to put the
stuffing
tuna
first.
and put it, yes.
And then that's going to be on top. The tomatoes are on top?
Yes. Okay, let me do that.
Okay, let me just get this out of here. Okay, we're good.
We
have reset.
We have reset. We are good to go. Look how beautiful this tuna looks.
And that's obviously packing in lovely protein as well. But like you said, you can put chickpeas in there as well.
Yeah, if that's what you're into. And then, we're gonna put on our tomatoes, make it look pretty, and then some feta. Let me use I don't want to use my hands with this. And look how gorgeous.
It does look absolutely
stunning. This is like my sort of thing, hey? I know people typically don't like healthy food but
that makes sense for lunch. Nice and light, but you're getting the necessary nutrients as well, right?
Yeah.
That'll carry you through until dinner time. Now, of course, garlic-naise, Be Well's flavored mayonnaise range guarantees that you have the taste that you want with the perfect ratio of omega-3 to omega-6, which assists in reducing inflammation in your body as well. Now, their mayonnaise is packed with flavor and ideal for making dips and dressings for salads and providing the perfect base for a tasty wrap or gourmet sandwich if you're that way inclined. Their products are locally made with lots of love, no eggs in them, They're gluten and dairy-free as well, making them the perfect choice for a vegetarian or vegan-based diet. And of course, Be Well are now also giving you the chance to win. They're giving away a 150,000 Rand grand prize, and you stand the chance to win your share of 50 grand. Simply purchase your favorite Be Well product, take a photo of yourself and your Be Well product, and then send that picture to any of the Be Well social media platforms, or you can WhatsApp that image to 060-582-3678 along with your name and contact number, and the T's and C's can be found on the Be Well website. Well, there we go. May I have a little taste of our final product?
Yes.
I'm going to taste yours, the one that you made now.
You're more than welcome to taste.
Is it?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yes, it's good. It can only be good. It's got garlic nice. If you say it's not good, then really, you're the one who's failing the test. How delish? Satisfying.
Very. Oh.
I know. It is satisfying.
So good.
Yeah.
Sis, thank you very much. Have a wonderful 2023.
Yeah, thank you. And you too.
Oh, well, listen, that looks delicious. And the competition, it is tight. And we are down to the final few minutes of the Golden Bakers search. Will they make it to the finish line? That's the question.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Our Golden Search baking duos have been hard at work, toiling away for their first mystery box challenge. Will they rise to the occasion or will they flop? We're about to find out. Let's check in with these amazing bakers. All right, the discussion is getting real. I don't want to slow you guys down at this critical phase. Are you going to get it done? I've seen a few little moments here. How are you guys doing?
We're going to get done. This, yes, it's going to be done. It's going to taste amazing. Everything's going to be perfect.
Fire. Fire, girl. Keep it going. Keep it going, guys.
It looks like you've been complete like for 3 hours now.
Glad it looks like that.
Do you think, like looking at the other people still busy, do you think that there's more that you could have done? Or do you think, are you happy with your bake?
I'm really happy with it.
You happy, hey?
I don't want to overdo things. I don't want to over-decorate it.
Yeah. And we didn't rush, you know, you don't want to rush perfection.
Hi guys, how are things going? I see you guys are starting to plate.
I've just got concerned because it seems to be leaning at the moment.
And what do you still have to do, or are you done?
Then we have to put the star on.
But you're waiting for it to? No? Are we waiting for it to
We just want this to firm up a little bit more, so we're using our time effectively like that.
I'm feeling much better because our cake is ready to go.
You have just over 10 seconds. The countdown begins now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step away from your bakes. Put your utensils down and give yourselves a round of applause. Well done, teams. Oh, a great showing. I've seen some truly magical creations on these workstations. I'm not the judge. These guys have got a very difficult job ahead of them. You want to see the results. We'll be back in just a moment to find out who is progressing to the next round of the Golden Baker Search. You've all done amazingly well. Well done, team. Superb.
Well done to the finalists, and round one is done. Now we just need to find out what the judging is. So stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Feel Good Breakfast Show.
What? Inspiration on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's happening. Listen, Fleeky. Woo!
Oh my word.
Sound check is
I can't believe that was a sound check. I can't believe that was just, you are going to be blown away. Blown away. We love it, but we are here for you and we're here to open your eyes, open your world. We want you to play daily and win your share of, get this, 500 million rand in cash and rewards with Vodacom this summer. Wow.
Every time you say that 500 million rand, I'm like trying to just picture it.
My
What does that
brain
even look like?
short-circuits.
Write it down in a check. Yep, it's time to unlock your summer and get free airtime when you purchase some summer bundles on VodaPay. All you have to do is download VodaPay and buy summer bundles. And when you purchase a summer bundle, you get free airtime back that is saved into your summer wallet and then can be used to purchase more bundles and deals on VodaPay just for you.
And that cycle just keeps going, and you score more, and you score more. And I think there is something special about getting 2 times the amount of airtime back when you use VodaPay instead of the regular USSD. Double. Think about what difference that's going to make in your life.
Absolutely. There's also another exciting addition to this year's summer fun with 3 months of free YouTube data allocated to Vodacom customers on any red package. So customers can use this data in a fun new way to connect socially through YouTube Shorts. And of course, if you haven't heard of YouTube Shorts, they're those 15 to 60 second very short videos that pack in a lot of content, a lot of excitement and entertainment. And they're created using a smartphone and YouTube's built-in creation tools and then uploaded directly to YouTube from the YouTube app.
It's all feeding into more ways that you can hashtag unlock your summer. And you can do it in shorts this year. Well, you can literally do it in shorts, but in shorts on YouTube and make your mark as an influencer by participating in various YouTube short challenges as well. There you can tap into the algorithms. They'll drive your content forward. And the added bonus, you stand a chance of winning some amazing prizes.
Yeah, I've been enjoying that, especially because I've got do you subscribe? When you find people that you like on YouTube, do you click subscribe?
I must say, I'm not big on YouTube, but this is starting to pull me back. I'd kind of moved into this shorter kind of frame, mindset. Yeah. And as a result, had been kind of left YouTube behind. So I think it's a massive shift that they've brought this kind of notion of the short, punchier videos back in. It's brilliant.
But I was going to say that there are people who are really fine-tuning their creation skills. Like one of my favorite creators, Marquez Brown, who is a tech content creator, usually has these beautiful long format videos explaining in depth about the latest in tech, and he really has quite an honest and authentic approach to it. But now he gives you these 15 to 60 second bits that are really congested in terms of content that he gives you.
Take out of it.
Exactly, and then you can watch those for a long time.
It's the vortex. It sucks you in, and that's a good thing. Remember, you could be the person whose videos are being watched, and this is how you can do it. And of course, there is an added bonus of just winning even more. One lucky viewer is going to stand the chance of winning a 250 Rand sorbet voucher with Vodacom, so your nails can look like cats. Simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page and tell us how you're going to be unlocking your summer with VodaPay.
That's actually where I got my nails done.
I told you, right?
Oh, man. Anyway, don't forget to include hashtag unlock your summer. This week's competition closes at midday on Wednesday, the 25th of January, and T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. So go ahead and unlock your summer.
Well, you've been waiting for this all morning because it's time for singer-songwriter Fleeky to take the stage on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Please enjoy her first performance. Here's Best of Luck.
I'm wishing you the best, even though you did me wrong and it doesn't make sense. I'm wishing you the best of luck without me. Oh, I'm wishing you the best, even though you did me wrong and it doesn't make sense. I'm wishing you the best of luck without me. Oh, I
I'm dead to you, I guess I'm living in your memory. Kisses in the dark under the sheets is all that's left of me. I thought we had a spark, man, I thought I felt the chemistry. You were like the lyrics to my melody, the crime to my felony. I've been on your page and I see you doing well. I'm hoping that you miss me, but it's kinda hard to tell. All the smiles that you show on your post that you know that I'll see on the low with your new little I felt like just the other day when things were still the other way. Chilling on the beach sand on that other Saturday. To you it was another week, to me it kinda felt unique. It was kinda hard to speak cause I was busy drowning in your eyes, soaking up your little lies, falling for your little words that were in disguise, I can't believe I fell for it. Hope you go to hell for it. Respectfully, I'm so wishing you the best. Even though you did me wrong and it doesn't make sense, I'm wishing you the best of luck without me. Oh, I'm wishing you the best. Even though you did me wrong and it doesn't make sense, I'm wishing you the best of luck without me. You held me like a lover, had my back just like a homie. I love the way you look at me, is exactly what you told me. I guess that's why you look away every time I come your way. You just cannot face that you fumbled the Ferrari for a Chevrolet. I'm guessing that my standards were too high. You struggled to step up and try to be that guy. When I think of it, I sigh. How I missed that you were sly. Had a knife behind your back while your hand was on my thigh. Yeah, you was preaching about that loyalty. Said that I was royalty. Said that you would take me out to see the world and spoil me. Now you just a fraud and a poser. I wish I never looked your way and chose you. I'm wishing you the best. Even though you did me wrong and it doesn't make sense, I'm wishing you the best of luck without me. Oh, I'm wishing you the best. Even though you did me wrong and it doesn't make sense, I'm wishing you the best of luck without me.
Fleeky on your feel-good breakfast show. That was an incredible performance. You had everyone swaying behind the camera. Well, listen, don't go anywhere. We've got one more coming your way from Fleeky.
It's The Crush. Unlock your 100% TV show. Catch all the excitement as we unlock Crush fans' full potential to live their dreams. Watch the show on SABC2 starting on the 1st of February every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Plus, you stand a chance to win your share of thousands of prizes. Simply buy any Crush and follow the pack for entry details. Crush, 100% goodness.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast show, and it is also Veganuary. And Fries is showing us how effortless and delicious plant-based cooking can be with their 101 recipe spinning wheel. Now let's spin the wheel and see what we are making today. Well, it looks like the wheel has decided we are making delicious waffles drizzled with syrup and served with crunchy Fries family chicken-style nuggets. Now this is the ultimate comfort food for breakfast as well as for lunch or even for dinner. Now with the option of making it hot and spicy, we have Nonda Miso here to show us exactly how to make our chicken-style nuggets and waffles.
Yes!
This is
it's
amazing.
Such a creative way of using these nuggets, hey?
Yes.
That's why that wheel is so useful, because it brings up things you wouldn't actually think of ordinarily. Okay, so I'm going to be preparing the nuggets. Do you want to please open these? But you've also got nails.
Oh, it's okay.
You know what happens is that I always tear the box when I try.
That's okay. We'll open it
I clearly can't. I'm not very gentle. Okay, so I'm going to fry those. I'm going to prepare the waffles. Do you want to mix up the sauce for us?
I'm going to mix up the sauce. So we've got a little bit of sriracha sauce. And while you are frying up our fried chicken-style nuggets, we are also talking about Fries chicken-style nuggets and waffles. It is still Fries' top-selling product. Now, it's loved by meat lovers, it's loved by meat eaters, vegans, and veggies alike. Each delicious chicken-style nugget is carefully shaped into a bite-sized chunk and evenly coated with some crumbs before pre-cooking. Now, it's made with delicious blend of plant proteins and herbs and spices. The nuggets are naturally cholesterol-free. They are a good source of fiber and are 100% GMO-free. So I've got this very big bowl for the sauce we are making.
I know, it's huge.
So we've got some spicy sauce, some sriracha, and then I'm adding a bit of coconut oil.
Some coconut oil. And some maple syrup. Okay, and then here I'm preparing the waffles. So I've added in the flour and some baking powder, some coconut oil and some water. And we're just going to fold it in gently. Of course, we don't want to overdo it because you don't want to mix it up too much. The gluten starts to develop.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going with maple syrup to keep it vegan. If you're going vegetarian, of course, use your honey.
Yes. Well, use maple syrup if you're vegetarian. Hey? If you're vegan, you use maple syrup.
Maple syrup. If you're vegetarian, you can use some honey.
Yes. I'm sorry, I disturbed you. I was thinking.
All good. So we've got a good batter there. I can take care of that for you. I'll scoop it into our waffle tray.
And I'm going to be frying our chicken nuggets here. They're already sizzling. And if you don't want to use oil, you could also just pop them in the air fryer, or you could alternatively also just bake them, I suppose, in the oven.
Or in the air fryer?
Yeah, in the air fryer, yeah. That's what I said.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I think the air fryer is most convenient because you literally pop it in there for like 10 minutes.
It's quick
It's quick and easy. And then, of course,
for us,
we just want to make sure that each side is nice and crispy before we flip them over.
So I know that these are pre-cooked to a certain degree.
Yeah.
How do we know when it's ready?
Well, with the goal really is to just get the outside nice and golden and crispy.
Because you would take this straight from your freezer, so that is frozen that you're adding to the pan right now.
Yes, it's frozen, and yeah, then we're just going to flip them over once the other side is nicely cooked.
Golden, delicious, fantastic. Well, we've got some finished product here in front of us. So we've got our waffles ready made, as well as some of our chicken nuggets. Can I go ahead and place some on top of our waffles?
Yes, please.
Are we going to do a layer thing or just top it on the top?
You can just top it up.
We'll just top it up.
Top a lot up. Because it's a nice, easy comfort food.
Easy recipe. That one's now
Don't
mine.
make it
Thank you.
too fancy schmancy. It has to just still be very comfortable.
Sorry, I'm jumping the gun here. These are
good,
incredible nuggets.
They really are.
It's hard to believe that this
they're
is vegan.
Yeah,
Completely.
I know.
Well, listen, we have our performer Fleeky here, and I feel like she needs to come and try our chicken-style nuggets and waffles. Fleeky, please come and join us in the studio. We've got the finished product there in front of you right now. Grab a fork, help yourself, and tell us honestly what you think. We do need some of the sauce.
She's got sauce already there.
She's got sauce, fantastic.
Have you had vegan chicken nuggets before?
I've had chicken nuggets, but not the vegan kind.
Okay, let's see.
Giving it a go. Wouldn't even say it's.
Would you tell it's not chicken?
It tastes exactly like a normal nugget. That was the goal,
they are
right?
really different. Yeah, that is the goal.
That is the goal. Well, Nondamiso, thank you for showing us this delicious recipe. Fleeky, I hope you enjoyed that because we're looking forward to that final performance coming your way. And if you want to get your hands on our chicken-style nuggets and waffle recipe, it is Veganuary. We are having a lot of fun with the 101 ways you can amplify your meals. Head on over to our website, expressoshow.com.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time for our Golden Baker Search Festive Edition judges to taste the incredible first round of bakes and deliberate on which 3 contestants and chef duos will advance to the semi-finals.
Welcome back. I don't want to say to the kitchen, to where it's all going down. In fact, in our studio right now. The first round of the Golden Cloud Baker Search is done and dusted. So let's start with Dalila and Tando's creation at the end there, making little snow angels. You'll find some triple choc Breadman brownies in their marshmallow snow. And in this case, coffee was the mystery box ingredient.
The brownie is truly brown. There could have been a little bit more color, but other than that, I think they did a really good, clean, neat bake.
A brownie needs to be soft, fudgy. It's got that 100%.
What I also noted when they were baking it, multiple different types of chocolate. So there's white chocolate in there, they've used dark chocolate, and I get the coffee taste.
So we're going to now move on to Zandaline. Of course, she sassied up her bake with Sassy alongside her. How they've titled this is the Decadent Chocolate Mini Cake, and cacao was at the heart of their recipe. Sadika, look at that finished product. Presentation, how are you feeling?
Restaurant-wise, if I was given that for my dessert, I'd be really impressed. Of course, not that full portion size, but I know that they are catering to us. They took note of that brief of flavors and complementary flavors because within that, there's orange.
I also saw cayenne.
Like Roxy taking miniature mouthfuls so she can like literally examine every element.
I am getting a bit of the cayenne somewhere.
I think it could be in the ganache.
I'm not getting enough of the cayenne.
Okay.
You're gonna hate me. I'm gonna say that I think that it's enough.
I agree.
And if you eat all of it together, because I took a mouthful of the ganache and then I ate this little piece here with the caramel and the cake, and it worked.
2 bakes down. Let's move on to our third. Lorraine Sekwale paired up with Gabriella. Very cute chemistry there. Their secret ingredient was cherry. So pick your cupcake, guys, and tuck right in.
A beautiful bake. It's a cupcake.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
I actually found the cupcake a bit chewy, to be honest. When I eat a cupcake, I want it to be cupcake-like sponge.
If you take the cupcake out of the oven and you pop it in the freezer, obviously to cool it
But we
quicker,
actually saw that. Now that you speak about it, we saw them take it off the cooling rack.
heat is going to just stay in there, so it's going to become
so those
dense.
fibers kind of retract a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, let's deal with the elephant in the room. It is massive. It screams Christmas. Okay, their hero ingredients were nuts. It's called a Depth by Chocolate Deconstructed Christmas Tree.
So, I mean, the lesson here about plating, so I think they actually used the tray upside down.
They did say the cream was a maple cream. There's a lot going on here.
If you do combine all of the flavors, you get that crisp, like like a fruitcakey flavor profile, which is nice. What I'm not liking is the cake. It's a bit dry.
A bit dry, okay.
I don't know if I would have enjoyed it truly moist with the cream. I like the crunch in the center because they use the nuts in the middle as well as on the top. So it wasn't like these huge chunks that you were biting on. It was nice little crunch.
Is it enough? Well, we've got one more competitor to put to the test. It's a gingerbread biscuit stack sandwiched with Swiss meringue, decorated with gold luster, dusted beacon jelly tots, topped with a fondant star. I did get rumblings that this was not a first choice, that they had to roll with the punches here because the ingredients from the mystery box was molasses. Absolutely loving those gold dusted jelly tots.
Absolutely.
Hey, it's a gingerbread biscuit. Okay, but I'm going to actually not start with you, Roxy. I'm going to go to Sadiqa. It looks like she is unpacking
a burnt biscuit.
A burnt biscuit. Come on. Don't break your teeth. Okay, so that's a little too much. Snap.
Now burnt. So when ginger gets burnt, there's nothing more unappealing. I'm getting a bitter taste.
Listen, if the biscuit were more like cookie-like, so more cakey, and you could actually cut through it, because then that would also just give a difference in like the texture. So obviously the molasses here are very deep, dark brown. So just maybe
it didn't need to be pushed as far. Contestants, you can come back into the kitchen. It is time to announce who is going through to the semi-finals of the Golden Baker Search Festive Edition. Welcome back to your stations. I want you right now to look into your partner's eyes and say, well done. First hurdle, first major challenge conquered, well done. In fact, give yourselves a round of applause. So let's start in third place. Alison and Jenny, you are through to the semis, baby. Well done. We love the fact that it was a little bit rustic, because sometimes Christmas is a little bit rustic and we've got to throw it all together, but we've got to love the outcome, and that's what happened. Now we move on to second place in our first major challenge, and it happens to go to the Breadman. Congratulations, Daniela and Tando. Could have possibly used a bit more color, a bit more beacon. We love the chocolate element and the way you heroed your special ingredients, but you got the whole beacon universe to play with, guys. Push the boat out. But we can only have one more team progressing. And this team outdid themselves with this particular bake, taking top spots and definitely progressing. Zandaline and Sassy, congratulations. Well done. Zandaline, what we loved was seeing how you were listening to every word coming out. I don't know if you had a choice, because I know Sassy is like a force to be reckoned with, but you followed through. You delivered. Right now, Lorraine, Gabs, Nadine, Grace, we're going to have to say goodbye. We love the fact that this is only going to ramp up. There's only going to be more pressure. There is 50,000 Rand at stake here. The semi-finals kick off tomorrow. Join us for the next round of the Golden Cloud Golden Baker Search. And while you're at it, show them some love online. You are all amazing.
And that's the icing on the cake. Exciting stuff. Now, of course, don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the semi-finals, where our remaining 3 duos go head-to-head in another festive challenge for their chance to win the Golden Baker Search Festive Edition title and that grand prize worth 50,000 Rand.
Only you can make my It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. This is your feel-good breakfast show. Hashtag Expresso Show. What a day it has been, largely in part to the performance by this incredible starlet who I cannot believe is only getting going in the industry. Fleeky is on another level. The lyrics are insane, but it's the message behind it. Someone's burning from earlier. Oh, you did it. You did the damage. Now we're going to turn the tables a little bit and hopefully speak to this one very special person, because you must be very special. That's you.
Tryna put the work in, tryna put the work in, yeah. Tryna put the work in. Sick of you cause you ain't tryna put the work in. Acting shy but in the DMs you be flirting. I can tell that you be staring, you be lurking, but I close my eyes cause I don't see myself in nobody else. That's you, that's you, that's you, ooh, ooh. That's you, that's you, ooh, 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 ooh. That's you, that's you, that's you, ooh, ooh. I close my eyes cause I don't feel my soul. Now you give me hitting them right notes with the dry chokes. It's a high dose. I hope you can come in and see me, make a sneaky like a quickie. I'm hoping that you never leave me. Keep your eyes on me like a TV. I think that I like how you treat me. All them other couldn't beat me. So I'm hoping that you get the memo. Never try to clown me. Baddie and I'm classy. That's just how you found me. I can tell you on it cause you hunting like a bounty. Stop the talking, I just wanna your arms around. Now we ride and we ride and we sing to our song. We don't even care what we got going on. We ride and we ride and we sing to our song. We don't even care what we got going on. Sick of you cause you ain't tryna put the work in. Acting shy but in the DMs you be flirting. I can tell that you be staring, you be lurking, but I close my eyes cause I don't see myself in nobody else. That's you, that's you, that's you, ooh, ooh. That's you, that's you, ooh, 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 ooh. That's you, that's you, that's you, ooh, ooh. I close my eyes cause I don't see myself in nobody else.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Come on, take a bow,
Breakfast show. Please
Melody.
take a bow.
Stunning performance there. That's you, that's you, that's you. Ooh, ooh.
Superstar.
Were you feeling the vibes?
Yo.
Yeah?
Hey.
Lyrical composition.
But no, but I think the best part of our job is we, you know, and as kind of unmusical as I am, I've begun to recognize that moment. You know, you can kind of feel that moment of becoming when an artist is at that point where they're about to go boom.
But Graham is like, you're musical, dude. When we
I feel it.
When
I
we
feel
did
the
that year-end performance of My Way. Remember when we did My Way?
No, go back and have a look at that. You need a man in your life that looks at you the way Kat was looking at me during that performance. It was very special.
That's what you said.
Guys, I've got to say something. We spoke about climate change, global warming today, and I don't know if people are making the dots, but we're experiencing the most insane weather here in South Africa right now.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of us are starting to correlate. Yes, okay, low temperatures, high temperatures, extreme weather. There is a reason why all of this is happening. And the real take-home for me was one thing.
Which is?
Not a lot of things, not change the whole thing. Just change one thing.
Yeah?
One small thing. Eat a little bit less meat, for instance. So tonight, cook one of the meat-free recipes that we did today and have less impact on that food chain, because we know that meat produces a lot of carbon dioxide because they need to transport the meat, they need to feed the animals. Just think about it slightly differently, but think about that one thing you can do today.
Have you ever thought of running for president, sir?
Many times I've tried, but they banned me. No. No, do you know, all I really want to do is be a game show host, and I get to do it all over again with the Golden Baker Search. It's the semi-finals tomorrow. Good luck to all of our contestants. I hope they can sleep tonight.
Hey, we love you guys. See you tomorrow.
Too
Bye-bye.
much.
Well done, Fleeky. You were amazing, girl.
Try those new cookbook recipes out this year, or stick with the timeless classics. Either way, they'll always taste their best when made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.